think I did this right.
Yes, I can see us.
Yay, amazing.
Hello.
Hello everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Say hi, team.
Hi,
Hello,
team.
hello,
Hi,
hello.
team.
Okay, I meant
hi,
like
team.
say hi, comma team, but like that's
Hi, comma team.
I commenting.
Hi.
You're not being V yet, Bella. Just rein it in, okay? Um,
Hello. Hi, team.
Go team.
I have to say, by the way, someone mentioned in chat they've been looking forward to this all week. I relate. That's very relatable content for me. I also have been looking forward to this all week. Absolutely. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for your amazing support for the first episode. And so great to have you back. I hope you're doing really well. Everyone, please take the moment to admire Bella's frog. Bunny.
It's normal size.
It's normal size. That's a normal
You're
size.
just tiny.
Normal
Yeah,
size.
V is
So
just
small.
very short. It's just. We also, yes, I think most of the cast have done a tweet Modern Chow. I know I did. Mika, did you do one? Are you doing one?
A tweet. I'm doing it right now.
She's right on it.
I'm going.
What you should do actually is just type everyone's name into Twitter and then click that wacky follow button, and then it'll be really good. But yeah, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to the second episode of our Witchcraft and Wizardry campaign, which is called The Fifth House. And we had a lot of people asking for us to make this a recurring thing, because as it is, it's going to be 5 episodes, but we'll see. We'll just we'll see. Ed's doing his little GM smile. We'll see. But
Does my opinion count? Because can we do more, please? Please.
Well, okay, everybody here has been saying how much they hate this, and it's just absolutely awful.
True.
Yeah, only
True.
episode 2.
Oh god, it's so boring. Oh, I have to sit and play games with my friends? Are you kidding me right now?
How many more episodes are in season 1, and when are we doing season 2?
Oh.
I mean, since people have been talking on the Discord, genuinely, like, I've made a little document with a further 6 years, like, at school years, going, year 2, this can happen, year 3. So, if people are interested in that.
There we go. You
Now
heard it here
keep gassing
first,
up Ed.
folks. Benji, I
It's
love
the best
that.
and wonderful.
Yeah, everyone keep gassing up Ed. Keep watching the sessions.
Yeah, look at the bow tie.
Look at it. Look at his style. Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a Discord as well. So if any of you want to put stuff there, we do have. Before I pass over to the lovely Ed, I am going to have everyone introduce themselves, and then we're going to look at the fan works that everybody did. So if you ever do any fan works, just put them in the Fifth House channel on the Discord, and we'll feature them in the next episode. But we have a lot of Worms fan art, which is great.
boy.
But before we look at it, D-Team, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi. Hello. I am Dtune. Pronouns he, him, or any. I stream on this website right here. I do a lot of indie horror games and music stuff, and this is my first tabletop RPG experience, and I'm so happy to be doing it with these wonderful people.
I'm Yellow Spoon Girl on everything, and we're having a great time, and I'm excited, and it's gonna be good.
Yeehaw. And Mika, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, me? My name's Mika. I go by R.I.P. Mika. I don't know what everyone else said, but hi. I'm here.
Introducing yourself is hard, and I know very few people who are good at it. Sam, would you like to introduce yourself, my love?
Yes, I'm Sam on Twitch. That's how you spell it. But my name's also Sam, and I'm just Sam everywhere else. And I've rewatched this roughly 6 times. My husband has yelled at me separately.
That blew my mind.
like,
I'm like
turn it
so. I love
Well,
that.
okay, I'm
premise.
trying to get all the detail I missed because I was engulfed in chat. And so
fair,
I'm just like,
okay.
notes.
That's fair. I feel that. Well, speaking of, I should pull up my little NPC spreadsheet that our
Yeah.
GM so kindly did.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And Ed, lovely GM, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I didn't see you there. I'm Ed. I'm at Edward_Spence_ on Twitter. I don't post much, but I've been the play recently, so you can check that out in my various retweets. And I GM for other streams. I GM for Dungeon Manager and for Cantrip Breakers as well, which is how Harley and I met. And I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, that's me, I think.
Yay! And hi, I'm Holly. My pronouns are she or they, and I play a lot of narrative-driven stuff on my stream. I had this week off while I gathered myself, but I'm back in action and happy to be so. Playing a lot of Disco Elysium, which is fun. And I'm Brewitchery on every single thing ever. So, yeah. before I hand over to Ed, again, sorry, it's only a Critical Role with all the precursor stuff over here. I do apologize. We have a Discord, obviously, and also this campaign is going to be fundraising for mermaids. We've almost hit our goal, which was meant for the whole campaign. We've already almost hit it. But we have a variety of incentives, and I think it's ! Rewards, or I forget what it is. It's in the title. Basically, you can get different stuff done, which is like you can have your name on a chocolate frog on the BRB or Sly Soon screens. You can have an NPC be named. You can also do an NPC for episode 3, which I Tiltify wouldn't let me set up. But if you tip £40, you're the first person to do it, you can create an entire NPC for the next episode. Wow. And also up to 50, every £5 that you donate can go towards your chosen house. So for example, Slytherin, if you donate £50 and you want 50 points for Slytherin, that's totally fine. If you donate £75 and you want Slytherin, they'll still only get 50, because otherwise the house cut would be so skewed.
Or Ravenclaw.
Like whatever you want. Slytherin, or Ravenclaw. Slytherin is close to winning though. So like if you want to be on the winning team. But yeah, that's all from me. I'm gonna hand over to the very capable Ed. Ed, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, well, not much from me because I've been excited for this all week. Also really nervous. But as ever, shout out to Chris Ianiti for the system. You can find him at WaxSteven on Twitter. He is the one who's brought this wonderful system together. So do go check him out. Also, as ever, thank you to Facilian, sorry, I said that right last time. Facilian Studios for the music that you'll be hearing this episode. And just on a personal note, I would like to dedicate this episode to Narcissa Malfoy herself, Helen McCrory. You're going to be missed a lot. But without further ado, sit back, enjoy your pumpkin juice, and settle in as we continue to write the future of Hogwarts. And join us as we delve into the wonderful world of Harry Potter in our second episode of The Fifth House in Chapter 3, Playing Ball. Previously, in The Fifth House. Arriving into London with her grandmother, Lois, ahead of her first year in Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Dot Campbell found herself in a small, dishevelled tavern called the Leaky Cauldron. Looking for somewhere to sit and drink, it was not long before she met another first-year student, a young girl called Violet Slughorn. Introduced to the girl's father, Alistair, who spoke at great length about their familial connection with the school, it wasn't long before the two families were interrupted by another group, arriving through the fireplace through use of the Flu Network. Comprised of another first year called Felix Magnus, his older brother Ian, and their mother Myreed Lennox, all three families made their way through the pub and entered into Diagon Alley. Amazed by all the wondrous sights around them, it wasn't long before they bumped into a girl by the name of Sissel Anya and her older brother Shannon, which I now know how to pronounce, and her father Sean. And upon arriving together at Ollivander's to purchase a wand, they met another pair, Ezra Trill and his mother, Shoshana. Making fast acquaintance and realising that they were all staying at the Leaky Cauldron before tomorrow's journey, they spent the rest of the day purchasing wands, pets, books, and in Magnus's case, magical joke products, before returning to the tavern and spending the evening with one another. Arriving onto platform 9 3/4 the next day, the children all bid their families goodbye and boarded the Hogwarts Express. Finding a compartment together, along with one of Magnus's friends, a boy named Vlad Stoyan, the journey was spent getting to know one another until, arriving into Hogsmeade Station, they and the other first years were led by one Rubeus Hagrid to the start of term feast within the great halls of Hogwarts itself. Beforehand, however, in front of the entire gathered school, they were sorted into their respective houses, Magnus and Dot into Slytherin, and Ezra and Violet into Ravenclaw, until eventually the only first year left was Sissel. But as the sorting hat was placed upon her head, Sissel's eyes closed shut, and she saw visions. The silhouettes of 5 wizards dueling in a great hall. The golden statue of the school's architect sliding to one side and revealing a long, dark tunnel. She saw a large empty room filled with shelves of books, and finally, a large wooden and iron door slowly emerging from a stone wall that, as it opened, contained only screams and wails. Opening her eyes, Sissel found herself sat in front of the entire student body of Hogwarts. The sorting hat collapsed and lifeless on the floor beside her. Quickly ushered to the Ravenclaw table where her brother sat, the meal commenced, before eventually all 4 houses were led to their respective common rooms. But upon arrival, the students of Ravenclaw were met with a strange sight. The Grey Lady, the ghost of Helena Ravenclaw, floating, lifeless and still in midair. And suddenly, as though in a trance, she warned all present that he was returning. That something was stirring beneath the forest, the lake and inside Gryffindor Tower. That the raven and the snake would come together, that the Founder's Tower would be revealed behind his golden robe. And finally, that the 5th house would rise again. And with that, joined in ghastly chorus with all the ghosts of Hogwarts, she screamed to the skies, and as it echoed throughout the school, across the grounds and over the lake, something deep within the Forbidden Forest began to wake. A small stone with a white symbol on its surface. A symbol of the Deathly Hallows. The Resurrection Stone. And as you each stand there in your respective common rooms, the sound of screams echoing all around the school, all at once, the ghosts stop. And there is an almost deafening silence. And the house ghosts hover in midair for a time. In front of all of you in the Slytherin common room, the Bloody Baron floats there, staring through the windows into the black lake beyond. And in the Ravenclaw common room, you all watch as Professor Flitwick walks forward, pushing his way through the students until he stands at the feet of Helena Ravenclaw. Is everything all right, Helena? She turns to all of you. My mother. The Founders. It wasn't enough. He is coming. And with that, with a deep breath, she descends into the ground, and a mist collects where she floated. And she disappears into the floor, out of sight. And in the Slytherin common room, you watch as the Bloody Baron ascends into the ceiling with and once again mist is left on the ceiling. And all of the students stand around. And eventually one of them, a blonde girl with pale skin, pushes herself forward in her chair before turning herself to face you all. And you see that on her black robe there is a sewn-on badge that you recognize to be that of a prefect. All right, everyone. I'll have a word with Professor Bleakholm, and I'll tell her what happened. But I'll be sure to pass on everything she says to everyone. But in the meantime, try and get some rest. And first years, it seems like a poor time to be saying this, but welcome to Hogwarts. I assure you it's not always this eventful, but it's great to have you in the house. And with that, the students, slightly shaken, nevertheless begin to disperse and start to sit in various areas around the common room, leaving yourself, Dot, and Magnus standing by yourselves as the other students spread themselves out and disappear into other portions of the Slytherin dungeons.
You think that happens every year?
I mean, ghosts just do weird stuff though, don't they? I would think. Isn't that what ghosts do though? Like they just like scream and they like push things over in that. So
My brothers told me stories about Peeves, but I didn't think that they would scream so loud.
I know. I hope they don't do it when we're trying to sleep or anything like that. That would be really just because I have to have like 8 solid hours, otherwise I don't sleep right. I know that apparently we're meant to actually sleep in 4 hours and then 4 hours afterwards, but I like to have 8 solid hours, so I really hope that I don't wake up to ghosts screaming at us or something. I mean, one time when I went to camp, we went to like a mountain retreat thing, and they would like ring a bell every morning at a certain time to wake us up, and if they do that with the ghost screaming, that would be awful. I've never seen a ghost before, by the way. I don't know if you could tell. I don't know if they're normal for you, but I'm just a little bit thrown off by the ghosts that I've just seen, so I'm trying to keep my cool.
I can tell why you don't sleep a lot, because you spend most of your time speaking. I'm sure we could probably learn a few charms if they keep screaming to, like, shut out the noise. I'd especially like that if you're near my dorm. If you're gonna talk all the time.
Well, no, because I'll be in the I think they separate the dorms, so I'll probably be in a different dorm to you.
Right.
Yeah. But if we had the same dorm, I wouldn't talk all the time and annoy you or anything. Like I wouldn't do that.
Oh, all right. That sounds great. Maybe I'll get a word in every now and then. I sleep a full 8 hours, if you were wondering.
Yeah, me too. That's cool. We have that's something that we have in common, so that's cool. And we both have white cats.
Yes, and we're both Slytherins now.
3 things.
We're off to a great start, though.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to my dorm because I really hope that my cat's there, and I'm really cold. So did you want to I mean, unless you wanted to do something, because we could do something if you wanted. If you wanted to.
I'm probably going to stay in the common room with Alpine, get him used to the place.
Okay. Is Vlad around, by the way, Ed?
You turn around and you look around at the various individuals who are sat around. Many of them have grouped up, and many of them having made friends on the Hogwarts Express and also the Great Hall, but sat alone on one of the leather sofas. You see Vlad sitting there, and he has his hands over his ears, and he's just sort of rocking back and forth a little bit, and he seems to very much be in his own world, but he seems quite agitated.
I was going to say maybe you could hang out with Vlad, but he doesn't seem... Should we check on him, or does...
He gets overwhelmed a lot. He doesn't like loud noises.
Is it like does he need an EpiPen, or?
He doesn't have an allergy.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
as far as I know.
Well, there's just a girl at my school, and she would sometimes like need like an EpiPen. I didn't know if that was.
No, he just gets overwhelmed when he's around loud noises and a lot of people. So.
Oh, should we help him out of the common room then? Because surely this is going to be where everybody is.
I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna go sit with him and.
Okay.
And just be around.
Yeah, you're his friend, so you should. Yeah, you're his friend, so you should do that.
You're welcome to join. He knows you too. It might be nice.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Does he like cats? We could get.
He loves my cat.
We could get our cats, and then he can cuddle them. Because mine's like a tiny little kitty, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
That might help him.
Okay, and Dot's gonna like race up the girls' common room, like a dorm part, as quickly as she can, and look around for Bimby. I don't know where Bimby is, or if Bimby's.
So while that happens, up in the Ravenclaw common room, as you all stand around and witness the mist slowly dissipate on the blue carpet, Professor Flitwick turns around and looks up at all of you. Well, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, but do feel free to make yourself at home, and yes. And with that, he just sort of walks off fairly quickly, his legs carrying him as fast as he can over towards the door, and it closes. And everyone sort of looks around and shrugs at one another before dispersing, leaving the three of you, Sissel, Ezra, and Violet, together.
So I know I'm new to this whole magic thing, but like ghosts? There's ghosts? Is that
It's
just a
normal.
thing?
Yeah. So you have your house ghosts. My brother's told me about, Helena, or the Grey Lady is what we call her. But I don't think he's ever told me about these strange occurrences.
Do they normally look so scary and freaked out? Why do we have a ghost that looks scary in our house?
Because they're dead. Why would they be looking good?
Okay, that's V, you make a good point.
They're dead. They're died already.
Okay, so ghosts are real. Are like goblins real? Are like trolls real?
There's everything. There's everything. My parents said there's everything. You might see a hot dog with legs. With the buns.
A hot dog with legs? Oh, okay. I gotta write this down.
Don't be surprised. You're tall. You know how to do stuff. You can reach everything.
My mom didn't prepare me for the things that are around this world.
And your hair is so big like a cape. You'll be safe.
Thank you. How is Bunny? Is Bunny okay?
Yeah, she's eat a lot of creatures already.
Had a lot of chocolate too.
Yeah, so what are we gonna do since, now we have to be best friends, and my best friend went to Slytherin, so now I have other best friends. So what are we gonna do for being best friends?
What? I'm still trying to figure out the ghost. I don't know.
They're there. That's how they go.
There's going to be lots of creatures you're introduced to this year.
Okay, I will write them down, and I will try not to be so scared, or not scared. No.
You have to
surprised.
write down that you saw a ghost. If you don't gonna remember it in your head.
I have to remind myself that they are real. Okay, this is a lot.
Some of them a little bit rude, huh?
Yeah.
You can write it down.
On the staircase.
You write it down. I'll draw a picture of it.
That would be helpful. That would be helpful.
Art?
We can make our own book.
Yeah, I love drawing. I'm gonna be the next Bando. You cut off his ears. I heard.
Bando.
Yeah, I'm like him.
Bando.
Yep.
Huh.
I'm very impressed by you, V. Go for your dreams.
I know.
As you have this conversation, Sissel, you see just in the corner of your eye, Shonen off in the corner, and he seems to be just trying to catch your gaze, and he just gives a bit of a wave and makes his way over.
She looks up and she's just like, "Oh, my brother's coming. Hey."
Hey, folks. Congratulations on Ravenclaw. Is that okay if I just have a word with Sis? That's okay?
Yeah.
Not us? Is it a secret? Is it a secret?
V, they're
I won't tell anybody in my whole life. I won't tell anybody my whole life.
V, come here. They're family. Let them have their family time.
Okay.
It's like if you and Bunny wanted to talk alone, we would let you talk alone.
Oh, that's true. I tell her secrets about who I would want off Earth. Okay, let's go.
Uh-oh.
Sissel hears this. She's like, "Oh no, is she gonna kill me?" Filling her in.
Shannon also seems to have this thought as he looks off in Vi's direction as she walks off, and what did Flitwick say to you?
Oh, he just told me I could stay here. He said that him and Professor McGonagall talked, and they figured it out. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe it ran out of magic.
Yeah. Look, are you okay? I don't like. I know Mum and Dad have always been so. I don't want to be that guy, but I don't know. Just ever since What happened? I just,
Yeah. I can't lie. I'm a little nervous. I don't understand what happened. But I saw some things, and I don't know if I should tell anybody.
Well, if you do want to talk, we're in the same house now, and it seems like you have some. And he looks over and sees sort of Via with Buddy and interesting friends, but good. They seem good.
I think they're good. I don't know how much I can trust them yet. You know, I don't like to talk about stuff.
No, I know.
But I can't wait to hear from Flitwick and Professor McGonagall more.
Well, I'll go and stop cramping your style. Is that a thing? No, never mind. I'll go back to my friends. But,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bye. Let me know if you need anything. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, sis. And he heads over to some other fifth years who are sat in one of the sort of little alcoves of the room. And down in the Slytherin common room, Dot, as you enter the dormitory, you see that the room is impeccably made up. Everywhere there are 4-poster beds made of rich mahogany. All of them are covered in these wonderful green silken sheets. It is gorgeous. It is still quite dark with a sort of green glow in the air, thanks in part to very similar windows to the common room, through which you see the strange shifting lights of the Black Lake from beyond. But looking all around, you see that at the foot of each of these beds, while also being compartments and chests, there are also small little beds for pets. And you hear a few, and you also hear a couple of meows. But off to one side, on one of the beds, tiny little legs, you see Bimby just pouring away at one of the covers.
I'm going to run over to Bimby, and I'm going to scoop her up in my arms and give her a pat immediately. I'm going to be like, you traveled so good. You were so brave. That's so good. I'm so glad that you're here. I was really worried because you are really cool, and I was worried I would show up and you wouldn't be here. But you are. You're the best cat. And I very lightly just bop her head as I speak to her. Great. Okay, Bimby, we have an important mission. Okay. We're gonna go downstairs, and there's my friend Vlad. So you have to, if you're gonna meow, you have to do it really quietly, okay? Okay. So we're gonna go meet Vlad now. Okay. And I stare at my bed to make sure that I don't forget which bed I have now that my cat's off of it as a marker for me. And I'm like, okay. So the frog's there, and then okay, and then I'm gonna sprint downstairs while also trying to keep Bimby Belly still in my arms. Like, Magnus, I got the.
And as you're sat there, Magnus, you can see that Vlad is slowly calming down, and he just turns to you and just says, "It was just all very loud, and this screaming was I think I'm okay."
It's all right. I think I'm not sure. I haven't checked out our dorm, but if we didn't get the same dorm, I can put a request in. Just so you'll have a familiar face around.
That would be nice. Hi, Dot.
Hi, Vlad. Hi. Do you want to meet my cat?
Yeah.
Okay. So her name's Bimby. But she only has one eye. You can see that. But she only has one eye. But I think she's totally fine otherwise. So you can just hold her and don't even worry about it. And I'm gonna put Bimby just in Vlad's lap and slowly move my hands away.
And Bimby just, as much as her little legs can, just brings herself up onto Vlad's chest and just for a solid 10 minutes is just entirely lost in this cat as he just sort of strokes her and holds her for a bit. And you can see him start to relax a little bit in front of you as the three of you sit there. The night...
Magnus is gonna look over Vlad at Dot and kind of soften a little bit. Thank you, Dot. That was really nice. Alpine doesn't really, she has a mind of her own, so I can't really call her over.
Oh, Bimbi's really sweet. Bimbi hasn't even hissed or anything, or doesn't even claw, so I think Bimbi's really nice. You know, Vlad, you can hang out with Bimbi whenever you want. If you want, you just have to tell me. Like, I'll just tell you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
That's okay.
I'm going to go to bed now, but here's Bimbi.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Bambi. Hope you have fun with Vlad. What? Yeah, Vlad is really fun, isn't he? He can tell you all about his chocolate frog cards sometimes. I don't think there's any cat... Are there any cat chocolate frogs?
I don't think so. I think they're mainly wizards, but I don't know. They might do cat ones.
Okay. If they did, it would be of you, Bimbi, because you're the coolest one. Anyway, good night, Vlad. I hope you have a good sleep.
You too. And with that, he stands, and I'll see you, Magnus.
Bye, Vlad. I'll see you for breakfast tomorrow.
And he just slowly makes his way around everyone, keeping a fair distance before disappearing round the corner.
That was really nice of you. Sometimes people don't understand that Vlad needs some space, and
yeah. I mean,
it was.
No, you. I'm sorry. You go first.
I was just gonna say it was very kind.
That's okay. Also, sorry, sometimes I interrupt people because I think of a thought and I'm like, oh, gotta get that thought out really quick. So if I ever interrupt you, you can just like give me a look. Like, you're really good with like looks. So if you just give me a look, I'll just like, anyway. Yeah, no, it's okay. I get that. Because sometimes I get like that as well if I have too many things to do, but then they aren't even that many things, but they feel like a lot of things, and I just get really overwhelmed and I freak out really bad. But my grandma helped me with like centering myself and stuff, and I had a quilt that I would like touch and like hold onto and like snuggle that my grandma had made, and it just like
He's gonna
made me
just
feel
reach
better.
out and put his hands on her shoulders. What are you worried about? Point blank, nothing about this quilt. Just say it, Dot.
Well, I'm worried that I'm getting along with you right now and I'm getting along with Vlad right now, but I might not later. That's not why I gave Vlad Bimbi. Because I thought Bimbi was like the quilt and might help Vlad calm down. It was the first thing I thought of. But I've never had like a good first impression with somebody before, and I'm worried that like we're going to get along now, but then we'll have classes together and you won't talk to me.
To be fair, I don't really talk to many people in class, but you are the only friend I have in this class other than Vlad now.
We could be like a trio. I mean, there's the other three as well, and they're really cool, but just for Slytherin, we could be like the green trio.
But I'm trying to think of a name about our cats, but I can't.
This is okay. We got time. It's okay. No one's checking. We'll just think of it to ourselves, and if we think of a good one, we can like. But thank you. I appreciate what you were saying. And you're a good friend to Vlad as well, and you two get along really well, and I'm sure he appreciates you a lot.
It'll be really nice to have someone else around when I can't be there for Vlad. So
yeah, anytime. Vlad's really cool.
Also when I can. I should also head to bed. I'm gonna go see if I have the same dorm as Vlad.
Okay. Good luck with classes. Which class are you most excited for?
Definitely potions.
What are the other classes?
That I'm excited for?
No,
or
I don't know. I don't think it was on the letter, so I don't know what else there is. What? Okay, wait. No, it'll be a surprise. Which one do you think I will like the most?
Oh my gosh, probably charms.
Ooh.
You get to talk a lot. You get to do. You get to be sociable in charms class.
Cool. I'm really good at that. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna let the other ones be a surprise. There's potions and there's charms. Okay, cool. I hope we're together for those classes then. I'm gonna go to bed as well. If you want to give Bimbi a kiss or a hug or anything.
He's gonna awkwardly pat Bimby's head because he never pets Alpine, so he doesn't really know how to interact with a cat that's loving.
Bimby likes you, I'm pretty sure. Do you like Magnus, Bimby? Yeah, cool. Okay, a cat.
Can you talk to animals?
No, I just well, I can talk to them. I don't hear them talk back.
You just talk a lot, right? We've established that. Okay.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. Effervescent is a word that describes people that talk a lot, and it's a nice word.
That sounds like a great word.
Gregarious. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I hope
right.
you have a good sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. All
right. You as well.
Cool. All right. And I bundle up Bimby really close to me, and I just sort of walk up to the dorm to go sleepsies.
So you head back to your room, and Magnus, as you're walking back, you find yourself walking with a number of other students who are moving in the same direction towards the boys' dormitories. And as you're walking along, you see a portrait on one of the stone walls. It is of an enormously fat man wearing tweed three-piece, and he has a large silvery walrus moustache. And you see underneath, head of Slytherin, Horace Slughorn. And as people are walking by, he's going, "Oh, hello! Well, lovely to see so many new faces. Welcome to Slytherin. Welcome." And he sort of seems fairly in and out of consciousness. He looks very, very tired, and every so often he just leans his quite considerable heft back onto his leather seat before sort of, But everyone continues walking. And as you make your way to your dorm, you find that you are indeed in the same dorm room as Vlad, who is already fast asleep. And waiting on your bed, you see Alpine just pawing at the sheets a bit and seeing you just and nestles down at the end of the bed and just looks at you for a bit.
Is Alpine in the middle of the bed or at the end of the bed?
At the end of the bed.
Okay.
At the end.
First days down, Alpine. Now we just have to get through the rest of the year. And he's gonna pull the covers back and get settled into bed.
Okay. Back in the Ravenclaw common room, you three also see that people are slowly beginning to peter off towards the white statue of Rowena Ravenclaw, where the doors are situated for the dormitories, and everyone is starting slowly but surely to head to sleep. What are the three of you doing?
I walk over to Sissy just to ask, with everything that happened, but trying to be coy about it. Just say, Sissy, how are you? You and your brother were talking. How are you adjusting?
She's thinking things over in her head on what she should talk about, because she wants to trust these people, because she's had nobody but her brother for years. And so she's just like, he's just asking me about, what happened and making sure I'm okay. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm feeling quite tired. So we can talk more tomorrow. I kind of want to go lay down.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I mean we've had a long day. I need to peer through my notes in my books to make sure I'm not surprised by anything else. There's ghosts and there's also goblins, and we there's the tall guy who had a booming voice who led us here. This is the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wait till you learn about mermaids.
Mermaids are real?
Mermaids.
I hear V, and I'm just like, V, do you want to go upstairs with me?
Well, how about all three of us, we can go outside and look for them.
Maybe tonight.
What about, okay, V, what if you like to draw, right? What if you drew a mermaid for me tonight, and then we go tomorrow. That way I'm not surprised when I see it, because
What if
I'll
you
already
think it's ugly?
I won't think it's ugly because you made it.
My dad says art is dumb.
Well,
that's not very nice.
it's not true. Art is,
So you promise you'll like it?
if you made it, I would love it.
So you're lying to me because you haven't even seen it. What if I drew one line on a paper and said it was a mermaid?
Then I've never seen a mermaid. I
I
wouldn't
want to
know.
go up and like put my arm around V and be like, let's go upstairs. You sound very tired. It's been a long day. We can do more drawing tomorrow.
Okay, I'm gonna draw it for you before I sleep, Ezra. And tomorrow I'm gonna look in your face,
and I start walking her toward the staircase.
I'm gonna see. I will know if you like it. I'll see your face. I'll know.
Good night, Ezra.
We'll see if you
Bye,
like
everyone.
it.
As you approach the stairs, you suddenly stopped by. You think it's a cat, but stood directly in front of the door, there is something that seems impossibly old, skeletal and with large clumps of fur missing, and it stares at you with large yellow eyes that threaten to pop out of its skull. It just looks at you.
There's an actual cat behind me. Stop.
As this cat meows, you hear a voice from the door beyond. What is it, my love? And coming from the dormitories, you see a man with hunched shoulders and a pale, heavily lined face with long, grey, greasy hair dripping down from either side of a crusty, bald spot on his head, and his bulging, bloodshot eyes scan over everyone in the room. Oh, students. What was that noise earlier?
We're just going to bed.
You look weird, like a cartoon character. I like
cover
it.
her mouth, and I'm just like, no. She's
You remind me of my toes.
I don't think she knows what she's saying.
Ezra comes sprinting over to everyone and just walks over to V and was like, hey V, how's Bunny doing? Is Bunny okay? Does Bunny like the cat?
Bunny. Look, this person is like Bunny in real life.
V,
That's crazy. I like that. We'll be also best friends. We'll have the Bunny gang or something.
Ezra, can you help me pull her?
I heard gang in a movie once. I could be in one.
V,
Together.
You and I are going to get to know one another quite well over the next year.
Yeah.
Well,
how do you make your face like that?
V. Hey, have you ever drawn Bunny? Do you have any drawings of Bunny?
I have so many. I have a whole book. I drew it with all different
show
kinds
me right
now.
now.
Can you come show us?
And then I'll draw human Bunny, which is this guy.
Okay.
We can out, and it's gonna be. I'm gonna draw it all for you.
Can I hold Bunny for a second? Is that okay?
No, she's very sensitive. She doesn't like boys.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, let's bring Bunny over here where Bunny will be more comfortable.
Suddenly, a bony hand shoots out and grabs your arm, Ezra, and you are pulled into this man's face, and his breath is horrible. And you recoil a little bit as he just leans in. Are you the one with the owl?
Jupiter? Yeah.
Well, I just thought you should know. She's in the owlery now with the others.
Where is that?
I look like a tour guide.
But it.
Yeah, you do kind of at a cave.
It's just
with
it's my first time here, and I just wanted to write it down in my book, and it's okay. I'm sorry. V, do you want to go see my owl? We can introduce Bunny.
Yeah, they could be friends and they could fly together. I always thought a toad should have wings.
Slow. Let's go this way. And Ezra's just trying his best to get out of this situation.
I'm pushing behind V. I'm just like, yes, let's go.
The cat on the ground looks up and just.
Don't mind us. We didn't mean any harm.
Hi.
Good night.
Good night.
And the hunched figure bends down and picks up his cat, and then with a strange attentiveness in his eyes, he seems to shift and, right, now we've done the luggage. Let's have some dinner, my puppet. And he walks off towards the door and exits the common room as you disappear towards your respective dormitories. Is there anything that anyone would like to do before going to sleep? And this includes Slytherin as well.
I would like to, I think that Dot would, however the bed's been made up, she would like untuck it because it would just be like, the undersheet would be like tucked in way too tight for her, and she would like untuck it and she would get the pillows and she would like chop them like she sees people do on like the home improvement things and be like, to make them like softer, and then she would be sad because she didn't have enough pillows, but she'd be like, that's fine, it's cool, and then she would probably like move the duvet around within the duvet cover and just like kind of like ruffle it up because she doesn't like when things are very made and ready. Like a hotel bed would be a nightmare for her, so she just sort of does that, and then I think she would get her bed socks on and she would go to sleepsies.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything?
Ezra is just trying to wrap their head around everything that's happening right now. But doesn't want to be a burden to anyone. So Ezra kind of finds like a window that has a little bit of like moonlight coming in and is just peering over just the scribbles and like drawings and footnotes of all the creatures and the things that we're supposed to just know about this world. With the intent of trying to fit in, but also to ask Dot about all of these things.
I was about to say, I would text Ezra actually now that I think about it.
So I'm just compiling everything. Like Dot would want to know about, there's ghosts, and then there's goblins, and then there's a cat man.
Hope you had good time at your one. Our ghost screamed in our face, wasn't great. Not sure if you're up. And I was
just in all caps. I have so many things to tell you. Oh my god, please, let's meet up tomorrow.
Okay. I don't know where we would meet up because I don't know how the school is laid out, but at breakfast, I will look for you, okay?
And I just say, look for the big hair.
Okay, I was going to say that, but I didn't want it to be an insult because I think your big hair's really cool. Anyway, good night from me and Bimby, XO. And then...
How about the rest of you? Anything you want to do before sleep, or?
Yeah, I want to, so I'm up in my bed, well, by my bed or whatever. I want to pick up Bessie, my cat. I want to sit on the floor and like pull out of my bag a piece of parchment and start writing what has happened to my parents.
Okay, sure thing. And Vi and Magnus?
I think I just ribbit to Bunny while she ribbits and we ribbit back and forth so I pass out.
And Magnus, yourself?
Magnus is probably going to just like starfish in bed and wait to go to sleep.
Is Magnus shifting?
He likes to stretch out in bed, and usually Alpine will eventually crawl closer to him and fall asleep with him.
Well, as you all fall asleep, and there is someone next to you, Violet, who looks somewhat like awkward in the room and looks quite nervous as she puts all her stuff out, but she looks across at you and she's got fairly pale skin and angular features with bright green eyes and bright red hair with short back and sides and a fringe which flops over fairly octagonal glasses. But seeing you sort of on the floor ribbiting at your bunny, she just goes, I guess we're neighbors.
Oh, wow. Oh, what's your name?
I'm Danny. I'm first year too.
Oh wow, I'm Violet, but people call me V. Just the letter V, just one letter. And I have a toad, and but it's a toad, but its name is Bunny because it acts more like a bunny. Because bunnies also hop. Look, do you want to hold it?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Do you have a pet here? Hey, here you go. Here, just be nice and just say one nice thing about bunny and then she'll be your friend.
Um,
What do you like about her?
she has very cool eyes.
Yeah, she does. I feel like me and you are gonna be best friends.
Oh. That'd be
What do you
nice.
think?
Am I in the same room?
Yeah, you're sort of a couple of beds over, and you can hear this.
I hear this and I'm just like, oh, another best friend, eh? And I just go back to my writing. I'm like, live your life.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I haven't really talked to anyone yet.
Well, we can have breakfast together, Danny. We can have breakfast. Do you like drawing? Do you like lizards? Or have you ever cut your hair off?
Yeah, actually, I just before I came,
Well, I love it. I love it so much. And and what if we sleep at the same time, we're gonna have the same dream. That happens sometimes.
oh, okay.
That'd be cool.
Do you have nice dreams?
Yeah, sometimes they're bad, but maybe I'll dream about everybody I met today and all my new best friends because I made a lot. And now you're the last one for the day because I don't think I can handle anymore.
Well, I've never shared a bedroom before, so I don't know how dreams work in that regard, but
You're not weird, right? Like you don't farting in your sleep.
No.
I
Okay,
pop
my
up
dad
and I'm
does
just like,
that.
V, it's not really something you ask somebody.
I just want to know. I just like the truth, and it's okay if you do. It's a little bit weird, but if it doesn't smell, it's okay if you do it, sissy. And I can see that. I feel like yours would smell like flowers, so it's not even weird if you did it. You can start farting right now if you wanted. I wouldn't be weird about it. I don't care. This is Danny. He doesn't fart, no farting in their sleep.
Hi, Danny. I'm Sissel.
Hi. I'm sorry about what happened at the sorting ceremony.
Oh, it's okay. I don't think any of us know what happened, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
I just think it means you're probably extra special. You have secret powers, maybe, and that's so cool.
What do you think my secret power could be, V?
That you're gonna be president of Hogwarts.
I don't.
And then you could send farts through the announcements, and they smell good, and it makes the whole school smell good.
Well, you know what, V? You should dream about that, and maybe it'll come true.
I hope so.
Okay. And I just kind of exit the conversation like, good night, Danny. Good night, V. I wrap up my letter, and I'm like, I'm going to bed now, so.
And eventually Danny too goes to bed, making sure to properly say goodnight to you, V. And the night continues. And you all drift off to sleep. Thankfully, V, for yourself and you suspect for Danny as well. Your dreams are quite pleasant. But as the night continues and you all become accustomed to your new environment, Dot.
Yeah?
You wake. You're not sure at what hour. It is very late, though. And there is something about the bedding which, like you say, it's a little too neat. But as you sit up to try and replump the pillows and sort of rough them up a bit, from outside of your door, you suspect further on down the stairs, you hear very muffled voices in hushed conversation.
I'm gonna very, very slowly and very quietly push my sheets off, and I'm gonna very quietly just I don't think the floors were creaky. It's like, what's the flooring? It's like
all stone.
Yeah, so there's no creaky. Okay,
real bad. It's like your dungeons.
My feetsies aren't cold though, because I have my bed socks on, and I'm gonna tiptoe over to a little bit closer to the voices.
Okay. Do you want to make a roll for that?
Do you want me to make a roll for that? I think that you do. Is it quick? What would that be?
Quick and quiet.
That's got a 1 in.
Think.
Let's go. Okay. So it's 2d6 plus 1, yeah?
Plus your body, yeah.
Okay. 10. Bada bing, bada boom.
10. You move both quickly and quietly as you move the door open and you creep forward down the stairs. And you hear two very familiar voices. The 4 house ghosts have disappeared. What do you mean they've disappeared? As in they've gone. Poof. And none of the other ghosts know where they are. In fact, none of the other ghosts have any memory of such an incident occurring. And there is a pause before you hear Professor Bleakholm speak again. And what of the Sorting Hat? Still completely catatonic. If it can wake or if it can respond, it's choosing not to. Perhaps we're simply asking it the wrong questions. Or they're being asked by the wrong person. I will commence my research after tomorrow's classes. Thank you, Mina. And you hear footsteps begin to walk away. Minerva, you mentioned that Flitwick said the Grey Lady spoke of a 5th house. Does that mean anything to you? That's the baffling thing. We have absolutely no idea. Good night, Mina. Good night, Headmistress. And with that, you hear the footsteps leave the common room. And all is quiet.
Cool. Okay. Okay, Dot really wants to tell Magnus this immediately, but the logistics of getting from the girl dorm to the boy dorm, it's not going to work out. So instead, I think just roused from sleep, I think she would pick up Bimby from where Bimby's sitting on the cat bed and be like, Bimby, I gotta tell you. And okay, so okay, can I go downstairs? And I'm gonna go down to the common room with Bimby, and I'm gonna sit on one of the big couches, and I'm gonna tell Bimby what I heard.
Okay. The rest of your night passes uneventfully. And come morning, you return to your room. And as you sit down on the bed and quite tired as you are, as day begins to break and you can see through the windows, albeit very, very muted on account of the fact that, once again, you are under the waters of the Black Lake. On your bedside table, your phone just...
I grab it because no one can know I have a phone, so I grab it. Why did I put it on the bedside? Oh my god. Okay, I look at my phone.
And you receive the following text. Hopefully this should show up in the chat. It is from Ezra. Just lots and lots of poo emojis.
Okay, I'm glad that is what you sent, because I was worried that you had sent like an essay and it had come out as poo emojis.
It's just translating it for me. But you receive this text, and Magnus and Vlad, you begin to wake, and you see everyone just rising and starting to get ready to go to breakfast upstairs. In the Ravenclaw dormitories, the first thing that you were all woken to is someone going, God, you left the doors open, it's freezing in here, and they walk over. And Ezra, as you wake, you see that the door to the boys' dormitory is ever so slightly ajar, as someone just goes over to it and shuts it, and God, it's always so cold up here. And in the girls' dormitory too, you have the same experience where a couple of the students move over and close the door as they start to get changed. And Violet, as you sit up and stretch and look around, you notice that something is out of place. Bunny is not there. So, everyone around you is starting to get ready for breakfast. What are all of you doing?
Sissy, I need you right now.
I wake up
Danny,
to
you're cool
this.
too, but I don't know you yet.
I sit up and I'm just rubbing my eyes. I'm just like, what's wrong?
I don't know. Right here. It was right by. I don't know where. Bunny.
Bunny?
Where's Bunny? She's not here. She's not here. She's always with me every day up since she was born.
I'm gonna get up and walk over to Vi and just put my hands on her shoulders and be like, shh, take a deep breath.
Oh, I hate Hogwarts. I thought
Maybe Bunny's exploring and we can find Bunny. Don't worry.
She just goes. She always tells me if something's wrong, and why would she just do that? Like, if I don't have Bunny, I'm not a person anymore.
V.
I'm not a person anymore. That's it. I'll just stay here, and you guys can do magic. I'm not gonna do it.
I sit next to her and I look at her. I'm just like, hey. I'm pretty sure Bunny just got excited. It's the first day. We've got classes. Maybe Bunny wants to see if there's other toads.
I
so
touch her when there's all these lines I don't like on the wall. I touch and then I feel better, and there's nothing to do. I can't do things. I can't have best friends. I can't do drawings. I can't be brave if I don't have it. Maybe your secret power is you can find her.
I promise I'll do my best to find Bunny.
Where's the lost and found? Maybe
we can go.
I don't even know if there is one. They said, what if somebody stole it because they saw how good she is?
Let's get dressed and let's go find Ezra and maybe find.
I hate wearing stupid ties. I hate these stupid strings. And
you know what? I won't wear a tie with you. I'll just wear my necklace.
I don't want it. I don't want this anymore. Ties. I don't want it.
Yeah, I will stand with you on anti-tie day until we find Bunny.
We're gonna find Bunny?
We're gonna find Bunny.
I text Ezra back a bunch of sun emojis. Just of the sun.
You, Ezra, you receive nothing. Because as you look around, your phone is nowhere to be seen. But, Dot, you do receive things.
Is Peeves stealing things? Oh, is Peeves stealing the Is it Peeves? I'm gonna lose my mind if it's Peeves. No.
So, what is Sorry, yes, Jordan.
So Ezra kind of hears the commotion and hears that Bunny is missing. Ezra's kind of frantically trying to find his phone because it's like his only real way to contact his mom, and that's very important to him. But he realizes that like he can't find it and can hear the distress about Bunny. So he just grabbed my notebook and then just kind of run to the other side of the common area to try to catch Sissy and be on the way out of their dorms. And
so we're coming out. You see
and
us.
I can see that I can see V's very distressed. So I kind of walk over to V and just ask what happened, like I didn't hear. V, what's going on?
Bunny
I'm caressing
loves
her back.
Going down the stairs. Bunny loves having breakfast. She loves all these things. That now, where can she do that?
Ezra kind of leans over to Sissy and is Bunny really missing?
Yeah. You're not wearing a tie today, right?
No.
Okay,
they make me feel
perfect.
Too tight.
Because we now have a pact to not wear a tie until we find Bunny. Are you okay with that?
Oh,
Sorry, I included you on accident.
No, that's okay. Whatever V needs.
Okay,
And
oh, good.
I kind of look over at V and kind of frantic because I'm not sure what to do since it's new friends and everything. V, I can have Jupiter fly around and check the grounds in case Bunny wanted some fresh air or to see the lake. Would that help at all?
No offense, but birds are weird.
Okay. Birds are a little weird. They can't pick things up.
They poop random. I know exactly when Bunny poops. It's on schedule.
Oh, well,
What?
if you know when she poops, then do you know where she likes to poop?
Does she
have a
poop
particular
outside?
route? Yeah.
He poops all sorts of places, but it's on schedule. If you see her poop, you better tell me.
I know birds are weird, but what if Jupiter could help just a little bit? Just a little
Bessie
bit.
too. Bessie could run around.
Oh, I will for my bunny.
Well,
Sorry, I was gonna say, can I have a moment with Magnus before we go for breakfast?
Yes, of course.
Whenever V's crying Peter's out, I'm like, Bella's giving us an in to switch scenes in between. Well, Magnus, what are you doing in the morning? Wait, first, hey.
Just getting up and going to the common room. He's not
Family.
talking to anyone in his room except for Vlad.
Okay, Dot has forgotten to put shoes on today and has like her bed socks because they're just so comfy and they're nice. But she has like her skirt on and her cardigan and her like outfit and everything, but just still bed socks and her hair's all tied up. She's like, Magnus, can I talk to you really quickly for a second before breakfast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So here, come over here, and she's gonna adjust. Okay. Okay. I don't think anybody can hear us here. I say in the very small common room where everyone can definitely hear anything. I heard two of the professors talking last night, and they said that they could be wrong, and maybe they'll come back, but they said that all of the house ghosts are gone. It was the headmistress lady, I think, and then the lady who was here with the bald lady, and they said that the house ghosts are gone. And then they also said something about the fifth house, and the headmistress said she didn't know anything about that. And the Sorting Hat as well is like it's, I don't know. They said it was catatonic, but I don't know what that means. But they said that it was that. So something's wrong with the Sorting Hat as well. After Sissy was with it. So I just thought I would tell you because you know more about this stuff than I do. So maybe you know what they mean, but I don't know what they mean.
So you heard the headmistress talking with the head of Slytherin last night?
Yeah, they were in the dorm room. I was in my dorm room and I listened to them talking.
I don't know what that really means, but I guess the ghosts had been acting weird. They screamed.
Yeah, so like they're all missing. And I don't know if that's like a bad thing or not, but well, now you know. So just maybe keep an eye out if anyone talks about that or anything.
Yeah, I guess I could probably try to talk to Ian when we go get breakfast.
What if you tell him and then they wouldn't know. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, what if you told him and then the headmistress knew that I had listened in and then I got in trouble, but they were talking like in the common rooms, or anybody would have heard them if they had just gotten out of bed and listened, so never mind. So yeah, you could tell Ian. Maybe he'll know. And what catatonic means.
Yeah. Do you want to come down to breakfast with me and Vlad?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna leave Bimby here because they gave me little food packets and like a little bowl. And she's really sleepy today, so I'm gonna leave her here. Even though I don't like leaving her alone, but I think she'll be okay. Or are you gonna leave Alpine here?
Yeah. Well,
they be
Alpine,
friends?
if she wants to roam the castle, she will.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But,
We'll make them be friends at some point. We'll have like a play date, and they can be friends.
I'm gonna go grab Vlad if you want to put your shoes on, and then we can go.
Oh, I would like to put my shoes on. Yeah.
You were planning to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. It's just I was rushing to come tell you because I really wanted to tell you. So I saw you, and even though I heard you from the dorm room, and then I rushed downstairs. That's why I didn't have my shoes on.
Right. Okay.
You go get Vlad. I'll get my shoes, and we'll meet back here. And I'm gonna scoot off to the to the dorm room as fast as I can.
Okay, so you collect Vlad, and the three of you move off in the direction of the Great Hall. And as you come into the entrance hall, with the two statues of the one-eyed witch and Hogwarts architect looming over you over a large marble staircase, you see your other friends walking in the direction of the Great Hall as well. And glancing into the Great Hall, you see that it is far more informal than the feast from the previous night. You see students wearing different house colors moving between tables and sitting with one another. It's nowhere near as busy as it was last night. It's altogether more quiet, and it seems just a bit more laid back. But you see your friends approaching across the entrance hall.
Ezra was sending me a bunch of... do you have a phone? Do you use phones?
What is a phone?
I can't show you because...
Like a phone booth?
Kind of. I can't show you right now because everyone will see. But imagine letters, but you can carry them with you and instantly send them, right? It's like that. Ezra sent me a bunch
of... It's like having an owl.
Yeah, it's just like having an owl. Ezra sent me a bunch of poop ones, so I don't know if maybe they're in a mood today or something, so just maybe be nice to Ezra, because maybe they're feeling kind of
He sent you poop?
No, like a picture of poop. Like a picture of poop.
Why would he take a picture of poop?
No, it's like someone else drew it for... No, like someone else drew a picture of poop, and then he used it to talk to me.
Well, why is someone drawing poop?
Okay, so we're going to talk about phones later, but the important thing is that Ezra might be feeling low, so just... It's not an antagonistic poop at all. Okay? It's a friendly... Okay, anyway, so we're just going to have to be nice to Ezra today. Just like a heads up. Hi, V! Hi, Sissel! Hi, Ezra!
Hey,
Hello.
I know that this might be a little strange. I step ahead of V for a second. I'm like, Ezra, take care of her. And I'm just so Bunny is missing. And V is very distressed. Okay. And also she has a thing against ties right now. So y'all don't physically have to do it, but can you remove your ties?
Yeah, no, that's okay. Is she scared of ties? Because the school's full of people wearing ties.
I just think she's not in her right mind. Okay. And ties are not okay right now until we find Bunny. So, I don't think we'll get docked points. It's only our first day, so I guess if we do, it's for a friend.
I had one of the teachers tie this for me because I didn't know how, so I'm not gonna untie it. I'm just gonna keep it in the loop and then I'm gonna pull it, if that's okay. Okay. Does she tell the teacher?
No. I think we wanted to go to a lost and found, if there is one.
Okay.
Do they have a lost and found?
Magnus, do they have a lost and found?
Do they have a lost and found, Ed?
You would know from your older brother that the closest thing resembling a lost and found is the caretaker's office. Which
is
presided over by Argus Filch, who is not well loved by the students, to put it lightly.
I believe I don't know what a lost and found is, but you could always ask Filch. I'm told that he takes care of the castle.
That's the smelly man.
That's the smelly man. He was in our dorm last night.
Our one was called the Bloody Baron. What was?
No.
He's not a ghost. He could resemble one.
This is a smelly human.
Oh,
he's been here for years.
He called him a toad too, which I don't think is. I don't think we're in his graces.
I kind of whisper over. V called him a human bunny. Wait, so I don't wanna see him again.
Okay, is that why you sent me all the poop emojis? Because it's like the smelly poopy guy, or
poop.
Magnus is gonna be staring directly at Ezra's hands and just being like.
Yeah, wait. This morning you texted me a bunch of poop. I'm gonna show my phone to Ezra. Let's see.
What's that?
I haven't
take pictures of poop and send it to each other, Cecil.
And I kind of hear it, and I'm just like, what? No, No. It's not. Okay, it's not real poop. It's like.
I tried really
digital?
hard. I tried really hard. No, it doesn't.
They don't digital.
Why would you want to have poop at all? Fake or not?
It has like a smiley face on it. It's supposed to be kind of cute.
You think? What?
Why not just a smiley face?
So,
Why poop?
is there like a class or something where you will learn about the not magic world? Because I feel like we could maybe ask the teacher of this, and they
Why
can
would we
explain.
It's an elective, but not.
Okay, you should probably take the elective because otherwise you're gonna think that me and Ezra are weird poop people, and I'm not at all. Okay, not since I was like 6. Anyway, so
Ezra's kind of just like burying himself in his notebook, just like, oh my gosh,
but
and then
why-
like quickly tries to get past. So Dot, I have so many things to tell you, but my phone was gone this morning.
Someone else is texting me poop emojis. Okay,
somebody's texting you from my phone.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm gonna text a bunch of poop back, and I text a bunch of poop back to them.
And I look over. It's not real poop. I promise.
See, it's like a picture, and I show Magnus. It's like a little picture.
It just looks like pudding.
Yeah, there's a cat one too. It's like this. If you see it, like a cat one.
As this conversation is happening, you hear from inside a bunch of older year students coming out, and they're going, "Everyone remember the tryouts later!" as they continue walking out. And you can see a couple of individuals and small groups inside the Great Hall give small cheers as various houses seem to chant for their own houses. And they're sort of walking in and out as they're sort of every so often going, Gryffindor, Gryffindor, and Slytherin, and it's a cacophony very briefly before eventually the sound of everyone eating just fills the air once more.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Magnus, we want to go to that. Okay, we have to go see the caretaker person like now, I think, and then we'll have time for tryouts.
Is there any way I can stay here and eat?
Yeah, well, I'll go. I don't mind. I don't even know him. I'll go.
So here's a tip. When you go, don't breathe out of your nose. It is very smelly and he is very scary, and I don't want you to let him know that he smells.
Okay, I'm from Australia, so I've been in some pretty huge locker rooms and stuff. So it's gonna and the food is like weird sometimes because anyway. So I'll be totally fine. I'm from Australia, so I'm used to like weird stuff. So
Australia. Okay. I want to remember everything. I'm sorry.
Have you never heard of Australia?
I have. I never met anyone from Australia.
Oh, okay. I was worried that you thought it was like the world was flat or something, and that would have been even weirder than wizards. But no, okay. Okay. So where's the caretaker's office? Does anybody know where the caretaker's office is?
Magnus?
I'm also a first year.
Okay. V, okay. Do you want me to go and ask the caretaker if he knows where Bunny is? Because that's the lost and found person. Or do you want to come? Is V muted?
Ezra.
Or is she
all right?
Oh, it's just...
Ezra, I drew you the mermaid. If you don't like it, you can rip it up because it doesn't matter if you do.
Maybe V shouldn't come to the caretaker.
I think she might need food.
I spent an hour drawing it last night, and Bunny was there. And
V, let's go get some food.
I've always been bad at drawing,
and then I can see the drawing.
Okay, how about you, Ezra? You and anyone else who wants to stay here with V, stay with V and get food, and then I'll go to the caretaker. If anyone wants to come to the caretaker as well, you can.
You know what my toad looks like, okay. So you tell them what Bunny looks like?
Yes, I remember what Bunny looks like perfectly.
Well,
Bunny's so cute.
Sissy's gonna come too, and Sissy saw Bunny just a few hours ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Most recent sighting of Bunny.
And we slept in the same room, so Bunny will probably recognize me and be excited.
Yeah, that's true. I told her all these things about you. She'll remember.
Oh,
I hope they were good things.
Yeah, that's really you have a superpower and that you didn't get inside.
Yeah. It's okay. It's fine.
Okay. I link my arm with Sissy's and I vaguely pull a little bit. We're gonna
Before we leave, though, a quick question. We're right outside of the Great Hall. What did you say was around us?
So you're in the entrance hall, and with the exception of the students walking by, there's just a couple of portraits on the walls. There's a great marble staircase that leads up where you came from, the sort of main bulk of the tower. And then on either side of this, there are the two statues. One, this sort of old, darkly metal, one-eyed crone, and on the other, the golden statue of Daedalus Dowerfellow.
Okay, so as I'm linking arms with Dot, and we start turning, I want to catch eyes with the Daedalus statue, and Sissel gets overwhelmed. Like she's got a deep pit in her stomach, and she just kind of looks at the floor, and kind of freezes for a second.
Do you want your brother to come with us too? Are you okay?
Sorry, I don't need to. He's got Quidditch stuff.
Okay.
We can go.
Yeah, we'll see him soon though, because me and Magnus want to go to the Quidditch thing. So if you want, we can go see him then.
Yeah, I'd like that. Thank you.
Okay, cool. We have to find. Okay, and I'm gonna look around and try and see if there's anybody around who has the prefect badge or like a teacher of any kind.
Yeah, sure. So looking around, you're able to find a Ravenclaw who is walking along, and she's sort of she's got thick black hair that is tied back in a braid and dark skin, and she has a prefect bag in the colours of Ravenclaw on as she's walking through, and you can see that she's carrying over her shoulder a very large Quidditch broom.
Oh, hi. Excuse me. Hello. Hi.
Hi,
I'm so sorry. My name's Dot. I'm a first year, and this is Sissel. We were just wondering where the caretaker office is.
You're Ian's sister, right? No, sorry, not you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you from Ian. Sorry, not Ian. Shannon, sorry. Yeah. But, no, so where are you wanting to go? Sorry,
the caretaker's office, or if there's like a lost and found, or if that's the lost and found.
Okay, you're definitely first years if you're asking to go see Filch. Okay, well, you'll find him. It's further on, and she gives you the directions and points you. And as she does so, she goes, one last question. Are you sure?
Yeah, no, our friend's pet went missing, so we're pretty sure this is the best way to find them. So
unless you know where missing pets go, that's not Filch.
I mean, pets don't often go missing. A lot of the time.
Is there like a find animal spell or like a find missing thing
Pets
spell?
don't often go missing.
Not that I know. But I would say if you are looking for any animals, a lot of the time they tend to wander the grounds occasionally, looking for fresh air.
Are there oh my goodness, what were they? The little hobbit the hobbits. They were like the little people that they were helping.
Oh, the elves.
The elves.
Yeah,
elves.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm used to elves being tall because I'm a muggle, so I just thought of like Lord of the Rings. Sorry.
Lord of the Rings. It's been a while since anyone's made that reference to me, but
Yeah.
it's nice someone else gets it.
Are
The
they
elves.
around? Because they were looking after the pets. So would they?
There, you'll find most of them down in the kitchen. Most of the time, creatures in charge of them. So you want to go in the direction of Hufflepuff. So continue on. You'll find a set of stairs down. Just follow that all the way down, and you'll find a bunch of barrels. It's just a case of knocking on one of them, and you can get in. But there's a large portrait of some food. This is going to sound very strange, but tickle the fruit, and the portrait will open, and you'll be able to get into the kitchen.
Tickle the fruit.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
My name is Kamani. Kamani Adesina.
Cool, Kamani. Thank you very much. Okay.
No,
alright,
not a problem.
Okay, so we'll go to Filch, and then if Filch doesn't know, then we can ask the people that look after the pets, which was the house elves.
I turn to Dot, and I'm just like, well, why don't we just try to ask one of the ghosts? They're everywhere. Like, I'm pretty sure they see things.
I think that the ghosts stay in the house common rooms, so if you could find the Ravenclaw ghost lady, maybe, but I think she would have been back in your common room, so maybe she went somewhere else for the day.
I don't know. She did something strange last night.
What did she do?
She screamed.
Oh, one screamed as well. Oh, one did that too.
What? Did
Yeah.
she just disappear also? Have you seen it today?
No, I haven't seen it today.
Oh. All right,
Yeah.
well, I guess let's make our way.
Okay. And I link arms with Sissy again, and I start walking in the direction way that the girl told us to go for the caretaker.
So back in the Great Hall, as Ezra, V, and Magnus, you enter. Magnus, you see across the hall on the Gryffindor table, you see Ian sitting with James and a few other fifth-year Gryffindors, including a girl with a brunette bob and freckles, and you recognise this to be Maisie Barrows, the only other name in the house your parents seem to utter more than your brothers. But you also see that on each of the house tables, gathered in the centre, as people are slowly beginning to peel off, there are small piles of what look to be envelopes. It looks like there has been a mail delivery already. But the tables are fairly sparse. Where would you like to sit?
Well, is Vlad in the hall yet? I'm realizing Dot and Vlad are the only two Slytherins I'd know.
So Vlad has been following this whole time and just looks around and you see fairly relieved. He was clearly worried about this being another great feast, but this is more manageable.
I'd probably pick a part of the Slytherin table that is more sparsely sat at.
Mm-hmm.
Just to hang with Vlad a little.
And Ezra and V, are you joining or are you sitting elsewhere? Or?
So Ezra is... Oh, sorry,
are the tables... Sorry, is Ravenclaw and Slytherin next to each other?
That's a very good question, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
In my head,
I think
it's Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin.
It's the same in my head.
Right.
I think it's right, yeah.
Then we'd sit on the side that's closer to Ravenclaw.
Okay.
So
yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
I'm still with V right now, and V has showed me the mermaid drawing, and trying to comfort V, and also I have no idea what a mermaid looks like, so I'm like, V, wow, this is great. There's a lot of detail. Is this what they look like?
Yeah, that's what that's what they look like and stuff. Did you like my drawing for real?
I for real love it. I think you captured how ferocious mermaids are.
I made its face Statue of Liberty since I remember you're from New York and so am I.
I noticed. You got the spikes just right. They look like they can impale me.
I never liked that statue.
I didn't either. I never understood it.
Kind of ugly. It's kind of like birds, but I'm sure your bird is good because you are so good so far, and you're a boy.
I appreciate that. And Ezra's like folds up the picture and puts it in his notebook for safekeeping, and kind of make sure V sees that I'm hanging on to it, and I'm, lost in this cafeteria, the Great Hall, not really sure where to go, and I see the Ravenclaw table, and I'm kind of intimidated, and then I can see Magnus and Vlad, and I'm like, V, look, it's our friends. Let's go over there, and just trying to get out of the situation, and we just kind of plop down next to them.
And as they do so, and Magnus, as you're looking around, Vlad just appears to be looking through the pile of letters, and he goes, "Oh, Magnus, there's one with your name on."
Oh, you can just leave it. I don't need to. It's not important, probably.
Okay. And he just reaches over to one of the many, many plates of food and starts to serve himself, as you see Ezra and V just sit behind you. And V, as you sit down, you see that there are letters on the table, and you see that one of them has your name on, and Ezra, you see another has Cecil's on. But food is still out, and it seems to be constantly replenishing itself every 20 minutes or so. But you see that students are beginning to up and leave. Is there anything that you would like to do over breakfast before your first lesson?
I grab Sissy's letter and slide it into my notebook. And I see V's letter, and V, do you want your letter? It's just here on the table.
Okay, I don't know how they got my address at this table. How do they know I'm gonna sit here?
Why don't they just email us?
What? Okay, I'll open it. Also, I'm not eating till Bunny is back, so I don't need food anymore.
What if you have just
How about
a
I
little...
open the letter now and no food till I find Bunny. I will not eat a crumb. I saw a movie like this once, and somebody went many days. I can go a year.
Ezra sees that there's like, it's getting towards the end of mealtime, so there's like sweets on the table. So I kind of grab like a sweet roll and just kind of over embellish on how delicious it is. Just V, these rolls are really good. Are you sure you don't?
Not as good as my Bunny.
But
I will not eat a drop. I will not eat a crumb. I will not eat, and I'm gonna open my letter.
You do so, and you see the familiar scrawl of your father's writing. And as you read it, you can almost hear his voice speaking to you. And it simply reads, Violet, we heard you're accepted into Ravenclaw. Though not where slughorns are traditionally placed, there have been a long line of great witches and wizards from your house. So work hard, persevere, and perhaps you will join them. Your mother and I look forward to seeing your work. Enclosed are 5 galleons. We hope this finds you well. Sincerely, Mother and Father.
Well, at least it had money, because that was a snore. They didn't even mention Bunny once, and they know that's my favorite in the world, but they don't care about that. They just say, Slughorn, Slughorn, Slughorn. I don't want to be a slug. I like worms more. And I'm not eating today, Ezra.
okay, but what if you have one sweet roll, because it'll give you energy so we can find Bunny. I want you to feel strong enough so we can get Bunny. Just a little.
I'm gonna skip it. I'll carry it in my pocket, but I'm not having a bite.
Okay. I write down, make V eat the sweet roll later. Okay, we can settle with that.
Ezra, you should eat though. You are big and you need muscles. Well, you have muscles. That's part of science, but you need to get them going.
I don't disagree, and just kind of start eating very cautiously.
And Dot and Cecil, as you are making your way through this very unfamiliar castle, through the directions that you were given, eventually you come to a small, fairly dingy-looking door. It is simple and wooden, and you can see that on the front there are numerous keyholes and a simple iron knocker on the front.
I'm gonna lean up against the door and try and listen to see if I can hear anybody inside.
Okay, I'd say make a investigate check.
Okay, so that's mind. So 10.
Inside, you just you can ask me 2 things. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's very specific. I'll tell you. So basically, inside, you don't hear much, but every so often you do hear, oh, you're so cute. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Cecil and be like, so the guy's in there. So he's a mate. Maybe he was just in a really bad mood when you met him.
I don't know why he would be. We were trying to get V to...
Not because of you, just in general. Maybe he was having a really bad day.
I don't think V made it better.
Oh,
She kind of called him a toad.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So what do you want to do? Do you want I can like lead because if you want, or I can.
I mean,
Wait,
I'm not
okay.
here to steal anything. We can be honest and not.
Yeah.
honest.
But if he's stolen the toad, then he's not going to be honest about it, though. Like, if you're someone who's going to break into a dorm room and steal a toad, you're not going to be someone who's going to be like, yeah, I stole the toad, whoopsies, when someone asks you about it.
Well,
What if one of us, like, went in his office and looked for the toad? Like,
but he's in there.
yeah,
Do you want to do a stakeout?
no, I was gonna make a scene.
yeah, I did
I thought
either.
that would. Oh, okay. I don't think we have time for a stakeout. I really want to watch Quidditch, but I could make a scene, and then he would walk out, and then you would slip in behind him when he wasn't looking, like in a video game, and then he wouldn't see you, and you could look in, or you could make a scene and I can go in, because I would get in more trouble. Like, whoever goes in gets in the most trouble, possibly.
I mean this in the nicest way, but you're louder than I am, so I think you would make a better scene.
Okay, that's a good idea. So let's ask him about it first, and if he seems weird, then we'll do the sneak in, okay?
Got it.
Got it, okay. And I knock on the knocker really loudly. His door impression's amazing. It's just like in the movies. Hi. My name's Dot. I'm a first year. I had a question about my friend's. My friend is missing her pet, and I thought you might be able to help.
What sort of pet?
It's a toad.
I think you saw it last night in Ravenclaw.
Seeing you, Sissel, his face immediately drops as
Oh,
this
no.
look of recognition just.
Oh, Bunny. Is it?
Yeah.
I'll say I've seen one. And good riddance. You know, I say so myself.
So you definitely haven't seen Bunny at all or anything at all?
I had. I can assure you, it would have not met a pretty end. Now, don't you have classes to get to?
Can I try and notice something? Can I try and roll to notice something?
You can absolutely notice.
I have 0 in this, so I'm not optimistic. I got a 3. No.
Can I also roll?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
What am I supposed to roll? Sorry.
So notice something. So
It's
it's
mind.
2d6 plus mind.
Okay.
I'm distracted by his gross face. You can see better than I can. You're a little bit further, so.
Plus mind. So that's an 8.
Ooh.
8. So you can ask one of these 4 things. What does it look like? I mean, these are all very specific questions. So what would
You can
like
D&D
to...
it if you want and just tell us as if
Yeah,
we're
what
doing
would you
it
like
instead.
to look for specifically?
Gosh. I want to look for anything that would give an indication to like where pets could possibly be, or if he does anything with pets or knows anything about where missing pets go.
Glancing inside, you see shelves and shelves of lost property. You see shoes. You see a fair amount of Weasley's Wizarding Wheezers boxes scattered about these shelves. You see a number of books. You see sweets. You see nothing that would indicate anything to do with pets. In fact, the room beyond is incredibly lifeless.
Sorry for the trouble.
Yes, sorry for bothering you. It was nice. What's your name again? Sorry.
My name is Filch. Oh,
It was nice to meet you, Filch. I hope that you have a good day. And I'm gonna sneak away from the door.
And it closes behind you, and you hear the.
So we step away from the door a little bit, and I'm just like, okay, so I looked inside.
Okay.
There's literally nothing in there that Bunny would either be in or be around. Not only that, but Bunny's not very quiet.
Okay,
So
I guess we
I
don't
didn't
need to
hear
make a
anything.
scene then.
But didn't Magnus mention that he thinks that missing animals, or like animals that are let go to the forest.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't think we should go.
I don't know how far away is that from the school? Like, isn't that you let them, you go to the forest and then you put them out there? Like, don't people do that? So
I have no idea.
that's a good thought, though. That's a really good thought. I
Well,
think
we're not doing that. Just so you know, I'm just
What?
letting you know that was a thing I remembered. That's dangerous.
Well, we don't need to do that. I mean, we don't need to put an animal out there, but we could go and look and see if an animal's in there.
I don't think you understand what forbidden means.
Yeah, but like, it means a challenge is what it means, sissy. So,
You know what's a good challenge? Quidditch. We can get back to Bunny.
okay.
She's just like trying to convince her. She's just like, danger! I shouldn't have
there
said
any-
anything. Dot's inquisitive.
Is there anybody else in Ravenclaw that might have seen Bunny or seen where they went that you know?
There was a girl that was in our dorm named Danny.
Oh, okay. If you see her, you should ask her maybe if she saw anything.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Okay. But Quidditch does sound fun. I don't think we're allowed to do anything because we're first years, but I really
we
want to
can
see the
watch.
sports stuff.
I do too. I want to see my brother. I know.
Yeah.
I gotta root him on.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do that.
Let's go back to the group.
I link arms with Sissy again.
So, heading downstairs, the rest of you sat in the Great Hall. Eventually, Sissel and Dot appear. And your first lesson is coming up. Quidditch will not be until the afternoon, after your 4 lessons of the day. But as Dot and Sissel come in, is there anything that anyone wants to do over breakfast before heading to their first lesson?
Can I? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go D2.
Can I do a quick roll to try to convince V to eat?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I'll say
Amazing.
make an inspire others check, I would say. Also, Dot, because you failed a roll earlier, you get a point of experience. So check that off on your
Okay.
character sheet. I'm still getting used to this system.
Is it 2d6?
Yep, plus soul.
Can V roll to resist influence if she wants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
V, if you'd like to roll
Oh.
your soul,
Uh-oh.
we could do.
PvP.
PvP.
Plus. Okay.
And plus whatever modifier you have for that person as well.
Oh, so yeah, wait, don't you have like a minus for V?
I think you have a minus for
I
me.
think you do.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, I guess
So it's
Yeah.
a 4?
it's a. Yep. It's a 4.
Okay.
So I don't
So
even need a roll.
yeah, it.
I'm like, no.
Wait. Is it a 2d or a 1d? I did a 1d.
Oh, you did a
2D.
1d6.
Yeah.
Oh, so do another,
sorry.
do another 1d6 now.
Okay.
By itself.
Okay. Just a 1d6.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's okay. So that's 9 plus 1 is 10, minus 1 is 9.
Yeah.
So
9.
9.
So you can choose one of these. So that's either a +1 to body, a +1 to mind, or a +1 to heart for, I think, the day. Let me just check. But
How do I resist eat the sweet roll?
You roll soul. So I think if you roll lower than D2, we can just say that he ends up making you eat the sweet roll.
yeah.
How do I
convincing
do
it to you.
this again?
So /R and then 2d6 and then do a plus. And if you have anything in your soul box, put that number there. And if you have anything in relation to Magnus, like a minus, really, like I don't know who your favorite and least favorite.
Ezra.
Sorry, Ezra. I don't know who your favorite and least favorite people were.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I have Magnus in the brain.
Nothing added.
We all do.
So it's just 2d6
An icon.
if it's like 0 and nothing.
Yeah, 0, nothing. That's fine. Just roll 2d6 then. Oh, okay, so you have to eat the sweet roll.
We walk in on Ezra like shoving it. What are you doing?
So in the commotion, Magnus is going to reach over and grab the letter that has his name on it and kind of like stuff it into a sweater while no one's looking.
You notice that as you do this, over on his table, Ian just notes this and then goes back to talking and laughing with everyone at his table.
He's watching me.
So, your first lesson is approaching. Is there anything you'd like to do before that?
Sorry, I wasn't in here for breakfast. Did I happen to have a letter? Did anybody notice?
Yes. Actually, I put it here in my book for you.
Oh, did I have a letter from? Because my parents might have written me a letter.
I'm not sure if Vlad checked.
Okay.
No, I didn't see one, but
Okay.
I can look again. Though.
Maybe the delivery time, because they're in Australia still, so maybe the delivery time just takes ages, so they haven't written me yet.
Yeah, they're like almost a day ahead.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's probably what it is.
A day ahead.
Yeah, Australia, it's a day ahead in time. So right now it would be tomorrow at a different time.
Also, you get the letter faster?
No.
A day earlier?
It has to travel back in time.
You have to.
You know what time zones are, V.
I'm looking over like, what do they teach the wizards? What is happening?
It's like that Kumail Nanjiani thing where it's like, surely they should teach maths.
Like, what do they teach
I
the
want
wizards?
to be a little deceitful to V about what we encountered with Filch. So we saw Filch, the gentleman that was in our common room last night.
Yeah, he is scary, by the way.
He is still a little frightening, but he did say that your toad's probably safe and just hopping around the castle, but we'll keep an eye out.
So he saw it? Did he see Bunny?
No. But
he said that sometimes toads do go missing.
Where?
Yeah, and then they come back because they just go roaming for the first day to try and get aware of their surroundings, and then they come back. So he said that happens to lots of toads on the first day. I say, hoping that Ed doesn't try and make me roll anything.
I mean, I was thinking it.
I was waiting for it.
You can make us roll things, Ed. It's okay.
Yeah, make a convince roll.
Can she make one too? Consistent.
Yeah,
And also I have to -1 because I made it that I don't like V.
Yeah.
I hate it here, dude.
Is that also 2d6?
Yeah, and then do you have
Plus
anything with
your-
V?
A minus.
Yeah, you have to minus that. Yeah.
So,
Which one do we add for that?
Oh
Soul.
no. Oh wait, soul. I thought it was heart for convince.
oh, sorry, yes, heart.
Okay,
sorry.
And they have to
So-
-1, I think.
Yeah.
Mine's a minus, or not minus, it's a 5. Because I have
So-
a -1 to heart.
Both of you are incredibly unconvincing. You do, however, both get a box of experience. So,
Aw.
Magnus
Dog's
is gonna
very experienced.
just be
I
watching
know.
this.
My toad is still missing, and I ate a bread because Ezra shoved it in my mouth. And it
Okay,
was
but
good, but I regret eating it because my bunny's not even safe. And imagine if she knew I'm eating all this sugar and she doesn't get a bite.
friends,
Hey,
my mom said it's
That's the
important
only
for us to
thing I'm
eat.
eating. That's the only thing I'm eating ever again until I find Bunny. That's my last meal.
Magnus is gonna just turn around from his plate, like push it aside and turn around. The toads have their own orientation that they're going to, V. So I know that you miss your pet, but I promise it will be back. And I'd
not
like to
seen
use
our
my
rolls.
Slytherin benefit of succeeding a convince roll automatically once per day.
Okay.
Let's go, Magnus.
Oh
Saved
wow!
us.
So my toad is Bunny's fine. She's going to do school too.
Yes, she's learning about the castle. She's learning about everything. We'll find her. She's probably off having fun.
What if she makes friends with someone that she likes more than me? That always happens to me all the time.
Everything will be okay, V.
Okay. Well, I'm still not eating, but I feel a little better.
Magnus saved the day. I'm so proud.
Also, I pocketed my letter. I'm not reading it right now.
Okay. In
Must
that
be
case,
nice to have a letter.
unless there's anything that anyone wants to do, you head off for your first day of lessons. For expediency's sake, they are fairly overwhelming for Dot and Ezra especially, but there is a lot to take in. You have charms in the morning with Flitwick. You have defense against the dark arts with Professor Mina Bleakholm, in which you learn about specifically Inferi, undead creatures that are brought to life through complex necromantic spells. You have lunch. And then there's the history of magic with Professor Cuthbert Binns, who, Sissel, you have it on good authority, as do you, Magnus, is one of the most boring individuals that you will have the displeasure of being taught under in Hogwarts. And this is a reputation he absolutely lives up to, as he drones his way through the gargoyle strike of 1911 and the inciting actions of one goblin revolutionary by the name of Granny Fungus. And finally, the day is rounded off with potions, with Professor Zojimus Jung, in which you learn how to make Wiggenweld potion. It is a potion that heals injuries and can wake people up from very, very deep sleeps. And this is a lesson which, Sissel, you find yourself uncomfortable with. But as the day comes to an end and you come out of your lessons, you see that individuals are slowly beginning to make their way out of the castle. Small groups of individuals wearing house colours and walking very excitedly. And you can see that the grey clouds overhead are slowly beginning to spit rain down. But everyone appears to be moving in the direction of the Quidditch pitch outside the school. So as you all come out, having gone through your lessons all day, and unfortunately having seen no sign of Bunny or indeed your phone, Ezra, what are you wanting to do? Where are you wanting to go?
I'm gonna check in with Magnus, I guess, because we would break up out of the potions class together, I would presume. So how was because I know you were looking forward to it. So how was potions for you?
It was great. I'm really looking forward to the syllabus for this semester. It seems like we're gonna learn a lot of cool potions.
Yeah, I had a notebook and then I spilled a lot of my potion on it, but I just left it because it gives it character. So I thought.
That was one way to look at it. I hope it wasn't anything poisonous. I hope you made your potion correctly.
I think that I did. I mean, the person that I was sat with was really clever, so they helped me out really well. But I was wondering if you want to go. I know that I think that your brother does it, so if you don't want to go, that's totally okay. But I really, really want to check out the Quidditch stuff. Remember? So if you wanted to come, you could. I don't know if you have if you want to do that.
I'll come with you.
Yeah, we can check out the Slytherin team because they're the best one, obviously.
Yeah, make sure to say that in front of Ian.
I will.
Actually, that'll be great.
Yeah, there was a Ravenclaw girl that I met as well, and she was really nice, and she looked like she played Quidditch, and she was really nice as well. So it's it's almost as if everybody Ravenclaw and Slytherin are actually really cool, and maybe they're the best actually.
Again, say that directly to Ian's face.
Got it. Okay.
I wish I could record that.
And I'm gonna walk with Magnus out.
And the three others of you, are you following suit as well, or where are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to my beautiful Ravenclaw friends. I would really like to go and watch the tryouts, and my brother's on the team, so I want to support him. Would y'all like to go?
So what is it? What is it called? What is it?
Quidditch.
Quidditch?
Yes.
And that's the flying broom game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So at my house, I had to use brooms to clean up, and could I fly on those? How?
I mean, if
I have so many.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I definitely want to go. I have so many notes that I want to take, and I really want to understand this.
Don't take notes. It's just sports, just boring sports. But maybe Bunny's there, so I'll go.
Bunny might be out there.
Bunny might be there. Bunny might be in the stands. So go Ravenclaw.
Yeah, maybe. I'll go if Ezra goes. I'll go where Ezra goes.
We're gonna go and we'll watch the sports. And if you think it's boring, well, we can use.
I don't care. I like boring stuff sometimes because my friends like boring stuff, and then they get happy.
That's friendship.
That's true. Well, here we'll do both. We'll go and watch the boring sports, but then we will also look for Bunny because we'll be high up and we can see things.
Yeah, maybe I could draw you another picture if you want another one. I don't know. Maybe
I would
if you.
I would love another picture.
That would be
Okay, well
sad.
maybe I'll give you another one. Maybe I'll try.
We make our way.
She's an icon.
Talking about this.
So, heading on, moving with the fairly spotty crowd. It's by no means everyone within Hogwarts, but there are a few dedicated groups walking through, and you can see that a number of them hold brooms. Some of them are second years, and who are excitedly looking forward to having the opportunity. Others are going along for support or going along just to simply watch. But as you continue walking along the grounds of Hogwarts towards the Quidditch pitch, that is where we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back very shortly to pick up on Quidditch stuff.
It isn't a 10-minute countdown. It is a 5-minute. One of us was just AFK.
We were peeing, and it took 5 minutes.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I can't be perfect. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I have a ginormous bladder, Crispy.
I'm sorry.
Jeez, Crispy.
Jeez. Everybody who was mean, I was about to joke, everyone that was mean to me should donate £1 to mermaids, but I think we've made the goal again, even though I upped it.
Raise the goal again.
Y'all, what is going on? Balsa, thank you so much for the £20. Also, thank you everyone who's donated today. I should read off your names really quickly, actually, because I'm not able to thank you during stream except in chat, but we really appreciate all donations, and if you've subbed or cheered biddies or gifted a sub, all of that revenue also goes to trans grassroots charities as well. So all profits from this campaign is going to a wonderful cause. So let's hit it. Thank you, Balsa, Lex, Lead Logic, Thunder Cabbage, An Epic Win, Cloud, Graham, Adult Nature, Anonymous, Goose. Also, Anonymous cheered some points for Hufflepuff, which you can do. Every £5 that you donate is 5 points towards your house. Did you know? And also Danny cheered off stream as well, and that is why we have the lovely NPC Danny, who's the Ravenclaw girl, who is wonderful. So yeah, thank you all so much for the donations. You're absolutely wonderful, and I'm very excited to jump back into this with everyone.
Speaking of, as you all walk in the direction of where the general flow of the student body seem to be going, ahead of you, standing almost as tall as the lower levels of the school itself, you see a giant ovular structure constructed entirely out of wooden struts and colourful tarpaulin. Giant seating banks stretch around its exterior, punctuated by tall wooden towers, each of them flying the flags of the Hogwarts houses. And as you pass, underneath the large entrance and underneath the wooden structure, you see the Quidditch pitch laid out before you. Soft rain falling down all around you. Now, for Magnus, Sissel, and Violet, it is not an unusual sight, but for Dot and Ezra, it looks like a giant oval rugby pitch, or to your mind, Ezra, a football pitch, with sand at each end. And at these ends, on great poles, you see giant metal hoops painted over a worn white colour. And over this, and over your heads, as everyone starts to make their way up wooden stairs and towards the seating banks all around, you watch as on high above, flying around on brooms, there are students bedecked in the colours of their houses, ducking and weaving between one another above the grass. And you're able to make out Ian and Shannon are among them, and they appear to be engaged in a friendly four-way match between the houses. Floating in front of tall hoops, you see individuals knock away small brown balls that are thrown between members of the opposition. All the while, two what look to be iron balls fly around the pitch at terrifying speeds of their own volition, with players of each team knocking them away with heavy-looking bats. And as the five of you stand there, looking at this as people move all around you, in front of you, you hear a strange buzzing sound, and suddenly, darting like a hummingbird, you see a small golden ball with wings flit before your face, before darting out of sight, followed by numerous players on brooms that swoop in front of you, moving your clothes with them as the wind just rushes by you. The excitement in the air is palpable, and you can see a number of students walking forward towards the middle of the pitch, just looking a little bit nervous, and you can hear people cheering them from the seats all around, and names and words of encouragement shouted out. But this is what you see in front of you. The Quidditch pitch of Hogwarts.
This is so cool, Magnus. This is really cool. This is huge. You're muted, Magnus. I can't hear you. Mute it. It's Magnus.
It's loud in here.
It's really loud.
I guess
What?
it's cool.
It's like, it's such a... It's huge, though. Like, it's so big. This is like the World Cup or something.
Oh no, the actual Quidditch Cup, that you have not seen a stadium. This is child's play compared to that one.
Do they do it professionally as well? Like...
Oh, Dot, you have to go to a Quidditch Cup.
This is so cool. I love sports so much, and this is a sport that I haven't even heard of. Like, there's a whole new sport to learn all the rules of, and all the positions, and all the teams. Are there international teams?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, okay. Okay, this is really cool. Okay, where do we sit? Where do we go?
Well, there's different sections for each house,
Oh, okay.
but I think for tryouts we might be able to mingle with like Sissy and Ezra and V.
That would be nice. So, are we just watching other people try out, and that's all? So there's no actual match or anything?
I don't think first years can try out.
I want to try out. That'd be really good, I bet.
This whole time, while all of this is happening, Ezra has been just like nose deep in their notebook, just trying to scribble down everything to kind of keep up. And Ezra kind of peeks over the bleachers and kind of looks down and is like, wait, where are the players? Why is the field empty?
Oh, they're all probably in their rooms, the locker
What?
rooms to figure things out.
Where? I don't under.
Well,
Okay,
whenever they
okay.
come out, make sure you look up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ezra kind of sees all the rings in the air and they play way up there? What?
Yeah, sometimes.
happens if you fall?
higher. Then you fall.
Higher?
You high.
You fall?
Yeah, many injuries are had. Did you think that this was an easy sport?
Ezra kind
Almost
of
to, almost to punctuate this, 3 figures in Slytherin colours just fly past the bleachers, Ezra, and your hair just whips in the wind as they just past you.
Ah! What? Okay. I get it. They play up there, and it's fast, and they
Yeah.
could fall, but
They could, and they don't hit
it's-
us often. Don't worry.
They fall is the best part.
Just
They
messing
don't-
with you, Ezra.
okay, this is fine. Okay.
I'm gonna try. I start to like try and put my arm through Magnus's, and I remember that he's not the sort to do that, and I stop and I'm like, "Did you want to go look for Sissy and stuff, or do you want to look for Ian first?"
Ian's probably gonna be busy with tryouts. So
Yeah,
maybe we-
but what
fine.
if? Okay, what if we went to him wherever the Gryffindor team are, and we were like, Dot really wants to try out for the Slytherin team. Like, is there any way that she really wants to be on the Slytherin team? And they're not gonna let me because I'm a first year, but it would be really funny because it'll make them see that I'm really into the Slytherin team. Do you
we
want
might
to
be
do
able to knock him off his game with that.
that? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. And I'm gonna start.
Is there like a? Never saw it in the movies, but is there like a snack cart or like a snack area?
The same lady from the train is there.
Anything for the trolleys, dear? Fuck it, it's our canon. Yes, there are snacks on. I mean, you've got nothing else to spend your money on, so I imagine, Hogsmeade would probably have some kind of presence at the game. I imagine there's lots of impressionable young students with galleons to spend. Yes.
I'd like to like motion for Dot to follow me over as I go grab like I want to get. They probably don't sell butterbeer here, but maybe pumpkin juice, something that everyone really likes. I want to grab 2 of them.
Okay.
Dot, I'm bringing you in on this, all right?
Okay.
Because you seem like you're really gung-ho to help me make my brother's life a little bit hell. And he's gonna reach to his pocket and he's gonna pull out 2 love potions from Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, and he's gonna pour it into each of the pumpkin juices. I think it would be hilarious if we get my brother to drink one of these, and then we give one to, say, a Slytherin seeker as well.
Wait,
And see what goes on during tryouts, maybe.
Wait, what does it do?
It makes them... Oh, man. How do I explain this? Okay, Dot, I'll just tell you. It's a love potion. So they're gonna, be a little infatuated with each other and not want to hit each other with bludgers and beaters. You know?
Okay, that sounds great. Not forever though, right? Because if we're gonna glance like
No, they'll wear
these
off.
people, that would be
They'll
really
be
sad.
embarrassed. Though.
Okay. If it wears off, then yes, but we have to find maybe somebody on the Slytherin team who doesn't seem very nice, because it's not their fault. That
really any other team would work.
Okay.
Whoever we can convince to drink a pumpkin juice.
Okay. But they have to be like kind of mean, like a little bit at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Where are the Gryffindor rooms?
And he's gonna like point across to where they all come out. To
There
walk in.
are a couple of breaks in the tarpaulin where you can see sort of flaps that they're coloured in their respective houses, but every so often you can just glimpse people coming in and out, and you can see rows and rows of benches and what look to be wooden lockers inside.
Okay, I'm gonna head over there then with Magnus.
Okay. And Magnus, as you're walking across, you notice in the bleachers, Maisie stood there, and she's looking out and sort of rubbing her hands together. It is quite nippy out as she looks out.
God.
Alright, girl.
And Ezra, Sissel, and V, what are you doing as you enter? And you can just see Dot and Magnus sort of walking in the direction, sort of towards you as they're moving towards what looks to be the Gryffindor room.
Hang on, sorry. You said they're walking toward us?
Yeah, so essentially you're, in terms of the geography, so you're sort of on the edge of the bleachers and they're walking sort of in your direction towards like the, basically the Gryffindor.
Yeah,
tent.
so we came from the opposite side of the field. So we're not going at you, but we're going near you.
Gotcha. Oh, look, there's Dot and Magnus. Wonder what they're doing.
Wonder.
Agnes, Dot, hey, come here.
1 second, V.
It looks
here.
like
I'm
they're
going to go. I'm going to talk to my brother.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, wait.
And as you approach Magnus, the tent opens a little bit and you see your brother's blonde hair as he just... Oh, hey, Felix! I didn't expect you to come.
Of course I would come and support my older brother. Are you kidding me, Ian? We may be in different houses, but...
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that. Is it okay if we have a word?
Yeah. I'm gonna, like, sneak one of the bottles to Dot.
I take one of the bottles and also one of the pumpkin juices, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's in the pumpkin
Oh, it's
juice.
inside.
I
Okay,
mixed it
I
already.
take
Yeah.
the bottle, and I also train my ear like a Looney Tune character to see if I can hear what they're saying.
Okay, make a notice something check.
Okay.
As
Damn it! I didn't give Magnus my +1. I hate it here.
as Ian pulls you aside, Magnus, and just about what happened. So I just wanted to let you know that I've asked Professor Longbottom if I can speak with Professor McGonagall and see if we can get the whole decision reversed, because obviously there's been some kind of mistake, and given our family's long history here, I don't think they'd be averse to potentially shifting you over houses.
You think there's been a mistake? Like,
Well,
you really think that I would be sorted into Gryffindor and this is all just a mistake?
well, yeah, I mean, you saw what happened with the hat with your friend, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility. And you know, I want my brother in Gryffindor. You know, I want you with me.
But why?
What do you mean, why?
All I am is just another Gryffindor, another like mark for the family to you and to
Come
Mom and
on,
Dad.
no, that's not fair. No, Magnus.
You really imagine the Sorting Hat didn't lie, Ian, and I'm actually a Slytherin. You would lie about that and put me in a house that I actually don't belong in? So that you can keep your pride, you can keep your perfect Gryffindor family? Is that... What is it going to take for you and Mom and Dad to just accept me for who I am? And not for who I know or what house I'm in?
Did you ask to be put in a different house?
No, actually.
No, a bit what? Because you thought it would tick off Mum and Dad? Because you thought it would be fun?
I actually begged the hat to put me in Gryffindor because I didn't want to disappoint you, Ian.
Right, sure. No, sure. Okay, well...
I rolled an 11, so I heard all of that.
You did.
And I'm gonna have scooted over once, like I heard Ian getting kind of heated and be like, okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. Magnus also brought me here. I'm Dart High because I really wanted to learn about Quidditch, and we unfortunately don't know anyone in the Slytherin Quidditch team yet. But I really want to be on the Quidditch team because I'm a Muggle-born, so like I don't know stuff. But Slytherin's really. Everyone that I've met is so cool, and that's why I'm really glad Magnus is here with me as well, because he's so cool, and I would really love to be on the Quidditch team for Slytherin, and I thought I would ask you, because you're
Sorry,
a captain
Dot.
of...
Actually, that's another thing. Felix, stop with the whole Magnus thing, okay? Yeah, Felix Lennox, all right? That is your name. Stop pretending otherwise.
My name is Felix Magnus Lennox, and I can choose which one to go by, because it is my life, Ian. And maybe it'd be better if we just don't talk during the school year, so you can go off and be the perfect Gryffindor boy for the Lennox family, and I'll go be the disappointment. I'll be the black sheep in Slytherin.
You know what? I've got tryouts. I'll be seeing you. And he just looks at you and then to you, Dot. Lovely to see you again.
Can I try and trip him as he walks away?
Yeah, go for it.
Is
Yeah,
that
make
quick and quiet, or...
Yeah,
Okay.
make it quick and quiet, yeah.
11.
As he walks by, you just stick your foot out and entirely without notice, he just trips over and into what is now quite wet mud on account of the rain. And you see that as he lands on his elbows, he is covered elbows and knees in mud, and he just stands up and sort of looks around to make sure no one's noticing, and then looks up, and you see that over the side of the bleachers a number of individuals, probably on account of the volume of this argument, are looking down, and he just
I'm gonna look at Magnus with the love potion and like in a questioning way of whether or not they still want me to use it.
He's gonna see Dot's look, and he's just gonna like drop his potion next to Ian's feet. In case you get thirsty out there.
You know
and then
what?
he's just gonna walk away.
I also walk away. I'm a beat late because I didn't notice it, but at the second I'm like, oh, we're walking away. Got it.
You see him look down at the drink, and he just kind of shakes his head, and he picks it up and goes into the Gryffindor tent. And Ezra, Sissel, and Vi, you see and you hear quite a lot of this as well from above.
What do we do something about that? What?
I want to like lean over the ledge where they are and be like, "Hey, do you want to come sit with us?"
Mm-hmm. Oh, we have to find someone else from the team, right, Magnus?
Yeah, give Dot and I a second.
Hey, Matt.
Do you want to come meet some of the players? Does anyone want to meet a player?
We were gonna go look at the Slytherin room.
Yeah. Do you
if
want to
wanted
come? Do you want to come?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. And I
And
wait.
Cecil's like, this is the closest I've been to other Quidditch players.
Woo, exciting. These little first years like skittering around the outsides of the field, like running around.
Just my
Giving
brother.
themselves VIP tours.
Oh, Dot,
yeah,
what are you drinking? Did you buy pumpkin juice?
Yeah, because I want to learn more about Quidditch, so I thought if I give one of the players a pumpkin juice, maybe they'll tell me stuff.
We're gonna bribe them
Well,
with
Ezra hasn't tried it yet, so maybe he could have some.
it. No,
Yeah.
Could I have a?
no.
No.
Have a sip. You'll love
Wait.
it. I think Ezra
I
is
think
not
it's
the
the whole
thing.
thing.
They're trying to
It's
try all
adult
these things.
Quidditch.
I'm gonna buy you pumpkin. No, you know what, Ezra? They actually had a drink at the stall that looked really similar to Sprite, and when I
Sprite?
Ezra's
yeah,
been
and
trying
when
to
I had
try new
pumpkin juice, I
things.
felt kind of sick, and I think that our like Muggle stomachs aren't used to it, so I don't think
Do
that
I-
you should have it.
But
think you would like it.
You can
I
try
kinda
one from the
really-
stand if you want, but like I don't want to be the one to give the
We'll
juice
just
to
take
you and then
that one
I've
and
made
I'll
you
buy you a
sick.
new one.
No, because then it'll be like my one that made him sick, and like I'll feel weird about it.
The pumpkin
So-
juice is very healthy. It's not gonna really upset you.
Well, Muggles are weird, I guess, is probably what that is for definite, right, Magnus? Haven't you heard about Muggles getting sick from pumpkin juice before, Magnus?
That's
I
not
spiked
true.
the pumpkin juice. You don't want it.
Magnus!
Wait,
you
spiked it?
spiked?
That was like our thing. Okay. Yeah, he
what is
spiked
it?
the pumpkin
I
juice.
cannot survive
What's in
the day if Ezra falls in love with my brother for a couple of hours. Okay?
Well, he
What-
wouldn't have, because I would have kept it away from him. But
As you're having this conversation, a rather tall individual sweeps past you. She's wearing long black robes and she has very pale skin and spiky grey hair. And as she walks past you, she just, sorry, excuse me. And you see that as she looks around, she has piercing, hawk-like eyes as she strides out to the middle of the field. And with a booming voice, just, thank you, everyone. Might I have the teams, please? And at this, you see the Gryffindor team slowly start to make their way out. And Ian, still very muddy around the elbows and knees, comes out first and sort of holds the tent open for his team coming out. And you see very, very nervous group of students towards the center of the pitch where this rather stern-looking teacher has come. But as the team walk out, Ian looks to all of you and just nods before following his team. And you see that in the opposite tent, the Slytherin team are starting to come out as well, led by the same student in a chair that you saw the other night.
Dot's gonna leg it over to the Slytherin tent. She's
Agnes
sprinting.
is right on her heels. He has a mission right now.
I mean, we're on a time limit. We gotta go.
Yes.
Excuse me. Hello, sorry. Is this the Slytherin team? You're wearing green. That was a stupid question.
You see, like, one of the taller, and you suspect probably older students. He's fairly heavy set and has for lack of a better word, it's a cauliflower of a nose. It's clearly seen some damage, and you can see that he's holding a beater's bat. And as he's walking along, he just goes, "What do you want?"
We're just really big fans of you. We've heard so much about you,
Yeah.
and
Does
we
your
brought
brother-
you some
does-
just
does-
in
does-
case.
Does your brother like guys there? Because I don't want to. Do you know if? Because I don't want to like mess with anyone's
I don't think he doesn't.
preference. Okay. That would just. I just don't want to like mess with anyone's preferences or anything. We are. You know what? This
It's
is
not like-
morally
It's
off
not
anyway.
like they're gonna be kissing on the field.
You don't know.
They're just gonna be giving each other googly eyes. It'll be fine.
Okay.
It's gonna be watered
I'm
down.
just a really big fan, and I want to, and this is the truth through her. I really want to be on the Quidditch team like as soon as I can. So do you know when can second years try out for the team?
Yeah. Second years are always. Yeah, I joined second year, and I've
so
been a beater for around 6 years now.
That's really cool.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to you showing my brother what a real Quidditch player looks like out there.
You're Ian's brother.
Yep.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Okay. We brought some pumpkin juice. If anyone on the team wants it, do you want some?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. And I hand him the pumpkin juice.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's always good to get a bit refreshed. And he stares off in the direction of the pitch for a moment. Before
The three of us are not with them, but we can like see him.
You can see the silhouette of like me handing something to somebody.
I just... Excuse me a moment. And he walks over in the direction of the pitch.
We have to go. We have to go right now.
Okay, we're going. We weren't even here.
So where are you headed? Are you headed to join your friends?
Magnus is like walking backwards, watching him walk in the direction of the pitch, and it's just like, this is it.
So as you look on, you see the various teams, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, and Hufflepuff, all gather towards the center, where the figure in black cloak looks around at everyone present. This will be an informal gathering, but feel free to whoop and holler to your heart's content. Now, applicants, split off into your
Dot was like
houses.
midway through hooping as that was being said and was like, not right now. Got it. Okay.
Meet with your captains. Gryffindor, your captain is Ian Lennox. Hufflepuff, Rasheen Mackenzie. Ravenclaw, Kumani Adesina. And Slytherin, Sarah Kurtzman. Good luck, and try to ignore Edgar Clogs. And almost in response to this, you see a figure fly through the air, fairly translucent, wearing a Quidditch helmet and large goggles over the top, and a large resplendent moustache flying behind, and a fairly faint off in the distance as this ghost continues to fly round the edge of the
I'm gonna
pitch.
whisper to Magnus and be like, so that means that not all of the ghosts went missing.
Just the house ghosts, yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you joining your friends up in the bleachers?
Yeah. Hey V, did you find the frog toad?
Oh, and I forgot about that, but now I remember.
Dot, why?
God.
Dot,
Sorry.
we were having
Maybe
such a good time.
the show of the Quidditch tryouts will bring your frog out.
I drew 6 pictures of Bunny while you guys were spiking. Or whatever you
So why
did.
did you
What
tell her
does the
that we did
drink
that?
do? What did
Nothing. It doesn't do anything. Not even a little. Can
You...
I?
Then why couldn't Ezra drink it?
'Cause-
I know something's up. I can tell.
Well, sometimes you buy things for specific people, and
Like if we were getting you a present,
No
V.
magic. I know that you could do weird stuff to the drinks. I'm
But-
barely eaten. I'm annoyed.
But
I
V, if
just
I
want
got
to
you a
tell
present,
I won't
V, if
tell
I got,
anybody.
remember how we get you presents sometimes? What if I got you a present and it was for you, and then someone else wanted to try it and I gave it to them instead? That wouldn't
that
be
wouldn't
very
be
nice,
a
right?
best friend thing to do.
That
But
wouldn't be a very
I
best
said I
friend thing
would
to do.
buy another one, so I know you did something. What are
Sissel
you-
wants to step off from this conversation and like just kind of lean
Don't we
over
all?
the bleacher and see Shannon and like yell, "Go Shannon!"
Yeah, go Shannon!
Pot and Magnus
Yeah.
are Slytherins. They're up to something.
V, you don't say that.
Whatever. they're
V's about to, like,
doing
pass out.
something.
V, do you
They're
V's
want-
had, like,
I
one
don't-
roll today.
do you want a snack? We can go
I
to the
want my
concession.
toad, because Bunny's a snack, not for eating, but maybe I would have had you guys did something to the pumpkin juice, and I'll find out. I just wish you would tell me, but I
I
guess
think
we're
Magnus
not best
did.
friends.
Magnus did tell you. Do you want to say it again, Magnus?
You said you spiked it. I know what that means. My parents are always doing that stuff. So who?
They're
what are you
spiking
doing?
stuff? I thought you said you were Muggle.
No,
I'm not.
V's a
I'm
pureblood.
a wizard.
oh.
Jesus,
Magnus.
I know what's going on.
Rewrite.
We've retconned it.
Well, I'll
no.
find out,
Ah.
and then I'll draw a picture of it, and you'll wish you told me.
Well, if you draw a picture of it, I don't want to tell you.
Wait, why? Who are you turning somebody into a horse? I know that would be crazy.
No, but actually, that's a great idea. Hold on. And he's gonna like pull out a little note to write that on. Remember to ask Splitway. Okay.
Who did you give the drink to?
One of the Slytherin players. Big
I'm
burly
gonna be
one.
watching them.
I think you'll
It's
notice.
gonna be
You'll
entertaining.
probably notice.
You'll
honestly.
notice, yeah.
I'll
Pete.
notice.
Let's play a game. Let's try to spot the ones that we think they spiked.
We
Okay,
get
we'll
two drinks
figure
out.
this out. Two.
We can
Let's
figure it
try to
out.
find the players we gave drinks.
What are they gonna start fighting each other? Be mad?
It's a surprise. It's a special surprise that you see, actually. That Ed is definitely
I like a
prepared for.
surprise. I like a surprise. We'll see.
So,
Oh my gosh.
over the next hour, you see a number of students on the ground, all of whom are hoping to try out for the various teams. The teams themselves seem to split off into the various quadrants of the pitch and seem to be focused on those particular corners. You watch Magnus and Dot and the rest of you who are in on it with increased intensity on Ian, who is leading his team. From a distance, it looks as though to you, Magnus, that Ian, his behavior seems unchanged. And in fact, as opposed to the usual gregarious self that he usually is, he seems quite muted. He's not nearly as charismatic as he usually is. And you would say, Magnus, that he is probably... You've seen him like this before when he's gotten angry or upset, but he is nevertheless showing the other players the ropes, and he is sort of watching students as they fly up into the air, some more successfully than others. But every so often, especially once the bludgers are let loose and these iron balls start to fly through the air, and you see people being tested for their capabilities in terms of wielding bats and defending from bludgers, you notice that every time one of these starts to move in the direction of Gryffindor, one of the Slytherin players, very, very large one, who you suspect is the one that you served the pumpkin juice to, flies as fast as he can across the pitch to knock it out of the way and go, "No! No!" And then turns around at Ian and then flies off back in the direction. And Ian looking very, very perplexed at all of this. But
Can I try and pay attention to Ian's behavior? Do I notice anything, maybe?
Ian looks very confused by everything that's going on. He sort of every time this individual keeps flying across, and you come to understand that from a couple of the other Slytherins who are sat around you, this boy's name is Brian. As they go, God, Brian's off his game today. As he just keeps on flying in the direction of Gryffindor, and at one point he just stops and lands in the middle, and you see Ian probably having a conversation like, "I'm in the middle of tryouts, Brian, we can talk later," as they continue talking. But as the tryouts come to an end, the effect seems to have been altogether too effective on Brian. But as everyone comes to the center of the match, of the pitch rather, and towards the individual who you come to understand is Madam Hooch, and as all of the students come in and discussions are had, Magnus, you see that Ian off in the corner of the pitch. As his team go on without him, he just stands there for a moment before turning back and walking in the direction of the middle. And there is a...
Sorry, is there any way you can make your mic louder that you know of? Just because you went really quiet suddenly for some people.
Oh,
I'm not sure
yes,
why.
I can.
Sorry, King. I just don't want us to miss out on your great narration of how we definitely didn't mess this prank up.
Is that better?
I think so. I think that's better.
Eventually everyone comes into the center of the pitch, and there is discussion for a little while until eventually a couple of names are called out by numerous houses, including Amber Ames and Ren Haywood as joining the Gryffindor and the Ravenclaw team, respectively. But as you watch, you see that Brian is continuing to follow Ian with almost puppy dog esque devotion, and Ian is just walking ahead until eventually turning around and going, "Look, Brian, just stop," and continues off and disappears into the Gryffindor tent. And Brian looks somewhat dejected and but nevertheless walks over towards the Slytherin tent and disappears inside. And as this happens across the bleachers, students, as the tryouts come to an end, begin to step off and walk back in the direction of Hogwarts. And the 5 of you are sat on the bleachers as everyone moves around you.
I thought something funny would happen, but nothing happened.
Yeah, I just gave Ian another fan, so that kind of backfired.
Magnus, what did you do?
When we all broke in Diagon Alley, I went to the Weasley shop and I bought a bunch of pranks because I thought I'd be sorted into Gryffindor, and I had intended to use all these things on Ian. And I thought, oh, I should make him fall in love with another player during tryouts. But he never drank. I don't think he drank his potion.
Can I roll mind? Because I have a theory, but I don't know if Dot's smart enough to have the same theory.
Yeah, no, sure. Roll whatever you would like.
All right. But I got a 10. Am I smart?
You're smart, yeah.
Okay,
you're smart.
cool. All right. But how did the love potion go to your brother if you're like, because maybe your brother didn't drink it, but then how does the love potion know to make Brian like Ian?
You know, I didn't read the labels that closely.
Maybe
What
it's
if
all
you already
this?
had a crush on the guy?
On Brian?
Yeah,
No,
and then
if
it just
you had a
didn't
crush on
even-
anyone.
it just
It'd be
cancelled
James
out.
or Shannon or someone else. Maisie.
Okay, well, Brian, we didn't meet him properly. Maybe he's nice. We don't know.
My brother would never love a Slytherin. I think that's been made perfectly clear today.
Dot doesn't
Matt-
know what to say.
Yeah, we're all just like,
Yikes.
Magnus is gonna notice everyone's just kind of like awkward.
Ezra like tries their best. So can you explain to me some of these other drinks at the concession? I
lied. I was lying. I'm so sorry. I just really didn't want you to drink it and then fall in love with somebody. There's no Sprite. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have lied about that.
Oh no.
Sometimes I just lie, like just my accident.
It's okay.
Oh, it makes
Well-
you have a crush on somebody.
Yeah. So
Ew.
yeah. So if Ezra had drank it, then Ezra would have had a crush on Ian, which would have been gross.
Ew. Ew. Why?
Yeah. See, that's why you gotta trust
Ew.
us
Why did
when.
you do that to somebody? Ew.
well,
Because
thank
it
you
would
for
have
not
been
giving
funny.
it to Shannon.
That's
Ew.
okay. We were just giving it to random people, but we wouldn't have given it to Shannon
I
because
would
then
never
he
draw that.
might have messed up his stuff.
I appreciate it.
It's okay. So did you all want to do anything like
It's almost time for dinner, right? And
I was wondering if we could just like if they leave the brooms lying around or something after things maybe.
No.
But-
No.
Not allowed to
Okay.
be on the
Hey.
team, even if you're good at sports.
No, I know. I just want to like try it. Okay.
No.
Do you want to
no,
sleep in the
no.
infirmary tonight?
No.
No. That's right. Let's.
Also, I don't get Slytherin docked points.
Oh
if they catch you on a
yeah.
broom.
Oh no, I don't want that. I've been thinking that if I break rules, I just get detention. I don't really care about that, but I don't want us to lose points. I want us to get
No,
points.
it's kind of incentive to not break rules, because then you're punishing everyone in your house, and then your
That makes
clubhouse
sense.
will hate you.
Would they really?
Well, they'd be mad at you.
Okay. Well, I don't want that. Okay, alright, fine. I'm not gonna break the rules or anything, or go into the Forbidden Forest for anything or anything.
Where's
Why would you go
absolutely not?
Why
No
would
reason.
We would not.
Why would we do that?
No
Just
reason.
because it's.
Why did that get brought up?
Well, just because
What-
it's something that someone would do if they were really silly. So I wouldn't do that.
Do we know what's in there?
It's forbidden.
Let's just
But,
go.
like-
Maybe my toad's there. Let's go.
Is it
I
like
don't care
forbidden
about rules
forbidden?
anymore.
Or,
Dot,
or
No,
is
your
it-
pick up
toad's
the
at the
broom.
orientation, remember?
You're only allowed in the Forbidden Forest when you're accompanied by the Care of Magical Creatures teacher, who is Hagrid.
How will they know?
They'll know.
When you die, maybe?
They won't know anything.
Maybe when you go missing, yeah. It's okay. Well,
Just
Bunny's
take a
at the
broom and
orientation.
Fly there and find. You can just pick up a broom, and I'll say I did it. I don't care.
No, it's okay. Bunny's at the
Oh.
orientation. We'll all go have dinner, and then we'll see Bunny later. I'm hoping to
what if-
ride on Magnus's convince from earlier.
What if we talk to Hagrid about Bunny? That's a person we didn't talk to yet. We can do that maybe tomorrow if we have time.
That's actually a really good idea.
Because I have in my notes here that Hagrid knows a lot about creatures and Hagrid's also very tall and can see a lot of things.
Maybe you can track creatures too, like when they go missing, you can track them or where they went.
Or maybe he's got a snack. Like something to bring out Bunny.
Oh,
snacks
yes.
Anymore.
I was gonna say. we
But
weren't
Bunny
gonna-
Bunny likes snacks.
Oh, yeah, that's.
And then you can even tell Hagrid all about Bunny's favorite snack.
Yeah.
So- I'll
You
write that
okay, but
down.
You seem kind of. You seem kind of.
She only had a
Oh.
cinnamon bun this morning.
She only ate the sweet roll I forced her to eat.
Oh, okay.
I think she's really sad.
Yeah, and I hated it. Why don't we?
What if we just buy another toad? Do a switch
No,
if
she'll
the actual
notice.
toad comes
You think I can't hear you, Sissy? Who was that Magnus? Who was that?
I know
Who's
that
talking?
I would
Talk
similar, but Sissy's from Ireland and I'm from Scotland. Don't ever get that mixed up again.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to like which one? Ireland?
I think both.
No,
I think you're meant to like both of them.
One of my uncles said something about not like the other one.
There's a lot of history there that we shouldn't get into right now.
It's a lot for 11-year-olds to
Why don't we give
unpack at like 7 p.m.
What
their
if we
time.
give Ireland and
So
Scotland
the
love
troubles.
potions?
So we're not starting.
When is he suddenly offended? It's just like,
So there's this lady called Margaret Thatcher, and
Darkest witch of her time. What are you doing? Where are you going?
we're going to dinner. Ed, just take us
We
away to
gotta
dinner.
we gotta
us to
get
dinner.
Bea to eat. We gotta get
Take
Bea
us
to
to
eat.
dinner.
Just
Ed.
put us in a little trolley
I'm
and
not
push us
gonna
where we need
Get
to
us on the railroad. It's where we're safe.
So you head off. This talk of Scotland and Ireland continuing for some time on your way back. You have dinner, and unless there's anything you want to do, it is uneventful. It is busy with a lot of people congratulating those who got onto their respective Gryffindor teams. And you see Vlad again sat at the Slytherin table, and while overwhelmed by the noise around him, very, very glad to see you. But as you begin to move and the Great Hall begins to empty and the teachers begin to leave as well, and everyone goes off to their respective common rooms, the rest of you trailing a little behind the rest of the houses and the different year groups. Violet, as you're all walking out, there is a voice from behind you. Oh, hello! And turning around, you see in between a painting of two walruses that are on a very shoaly beach. There is a very rotund individual wearing a tweed jacket with a walrusy moustache, and he looks across at you. I believe you're my first cousin twice removed. Lovely to see another Slughorn.
What do you want?
Merely...
You got Bunny, or are you gonna say more crap?
We should have asked the portraits about the toad. Okay, sorry.
Well, I just wanted to make acquaintance with Alistair's daughter. And
Ooh, Alistair's daughter. That's all I am. That's what you sound like a rock that can't, like a dirt.
Oh, well, you're clearly very distressed at the moment, so I will,
Oh, you're so nice, aren't you? Where's the Toad orientation class? Where is it? Where's Toad? Where is it? Where is it? You want to be my family or something? Help me. You're gonna help me.
Around Violet, screaming and shouting. Ezra, you hear something out of the corner of your periphery.
Did anyone else hear that?
Do any of us hear that?
Where are we?
Yeah,
I heard this guy saying these things to me.
No.
Oh, I'm a
Pete.
slughorn. Oh,
I notice
I'm a
it. I got a 10.
Jeez, dots on it.
Oh, yeah, it's like 11, 11, 10, 10. Let's go.
No, I notice it.
Yeah. Does Magnus, or is
Hear
Magnus
that,
really
right?
thinking about Ian?
Yeah.
Oh.
8 notice.
It sounded a bit croaky. But
you
like
think it's
not
funny?
magical croaky.
See, it's bunny?
Secret
Where?
from a toad.
It sounded like it was coming
Don't
from over
even
here.
mess with me. More love
Wait, let's go
potions,
look
more
first, and then we'll just
V,
leave
hold
it.
on
No,
real
let's
quick.
leave V to it, and then we'll go check if it's bunny. We don't get our hopes up.
Okay.
That's
It
what
could be
you
someone else's toad.
said.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kind of break off really fast to just like
We're from the
get out of
angry
that
V.
situation.
Magnus is on your heels.
You see that at this point, Horace Slughorn is now starting to try and hide behind one of the other walruses, and he's like, no, it's fine. Should probably go and talk to the fat lady, and starts to.
Why are you calling people fat?
Yeah, you should explain that to V. You should explain why
In
the fat
detail.
lady's called that. Yeah.
Well,
We'll be right back.
Okay, I'll stay here.
So as this conversation continues and Ezra, you creep off, you start to listen out. And by this stage, you 5 are the only ones in the entrance hall, kept behind as you were by this very, very animated argument with this portrait, which is still a very strange thing. You're still very much trying to get used to the idea of portraits that move, let alone talk. And you see Vlad stood off to one side, Magnus just sort of sticking within your vague periphery. But Ezra, as you continue walking along and listening out for any sounds, you hear another and looking around, it is definitely within
heard
the
it that
entrance
time.
hall.
That sounded like it. Okay, I know I don't know magic things, but that sounded like a toad. I know that sound.
I've been hearing it all day. I've been hearing croaks every second. My brain. I was at Quidditch, I had dinner, and it's nothing there.
Are you sure you're absolutely sure you're related to me? Or...
Yeah, we're related. Are you happy about it? Are you happy about it? Now I'm gonna find
Ezra-
out if you're a liar.
Magnus is like, Bunny.
Ezra kind of shouts over to the painting. Hey, painting guy! You should go over your family tree really fast. Is like trying to distract.
Well, yes, we have lots of distinguished members in our family. Let me think.
You can roll to investigate, by the way, players. If you wanted to do that, you could do that.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
I'm just standing there listening and watching and just like turning around like I don't know what to do.
Ooh, Magnus, let's go.
So, Ezra and Magnus, as you're looking around, you slowly begin to gravitate towards the marble staircase. But as you're looking around and there is another, you, Magnus, turn. And you find yourself looking at the large golden statue of Daedalus Dowerfellow and the large plinth that he stands on. And as you walk closer, you swear that just where the plinth meets the wall, there is a tiny, tiny gap through which a small breeze seems to be blowing. And there is another, and it seems to almost echo out from behind here.
Ezra, I think the toad's in the wall.
The in the wall?
I think Ian was telling me that there's secret corridors all over Hogwarts. This might be one of them.
Can I roll to, would that be investigate or notice?
Investigate, I would say.
Okay. I'm going to roll to investigate, but I'm also going to use the Ravenclaw +1 for all mind rolls.
Okay.
Let's go.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. It let me down.
Do I see them?
You see them walking off in the direction of the wall, and as you look, you also see that they are walking towards the golden statue.
I'm gonna lean into Dot and be like, "Hey, take care of you. I'll be right back." And I'm gonna run over to them.
And then, of course, there was my mother.
What was her name?
Oh, her name was
Ezra, Magnus.
Yeah.
Nice save.
Yeah, poor Ed.
What are you doing over here?
There's we followed the toad, and there's a breeze coming from under the statue. I think there's a secret corridor that maybe Bunny got into underneath the statue of Daedalus.
Maybe we should ask a teacher for help. I don't think we should do this ourselves.
Do you see V? It took everything in me to get V to eat a little bit. I think we have to find Bunny for the sake of our friend.
Also, I don't want to be the student that gets a secret corridor closed down for the rest of the class, because if the teachers know that we know about it, they're going to be watching it in case we want to use it.
Dot's been eavesdropping on every conversation this session, so I'm just gonna like pop up in between them and be like, "Hi guys, do we want to move a big thing? Because I'm really strong, I can move it."
We don't know how to get into this. We hear the toad right behind this wall, but we don't know how to open it or get into it.
Look, there's a breeze here.
We just pull the statue away from the wall, right?
We can try.
I'm gonna try.
Sure, go for it. If you make it, I mean, bear in mind it's almost 3 times your height.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do it.
Make a struggle check.
Okay.
You take another box of experience, though, as you push against it. And as you do so, you too feel a slight breeze from just behind the plinth where it meets the wall. And you see that there is a tiny, tiny gap. And as you push, you realize it is made of solid metal and stone. It's not going anywhere.
Okay, maybe there's a
Is it possible that I can use my benefit of succeeding on I read about that on how to potentially move this, or like what corridors there might be behind it?
Yeah. I would say for most of, because you've spent a lot of your time indoors reading and you have devoured many, many books over your time at home, and you have read about secret passages in old castles and hauntings that are attributed to ghosts that are often just people hiding out in old abandoned castles and mansions. You have heard that for a lot of these sorts of things, there are usually triggers. There are usually man-made things that help open and close such passages, I would say. Logically, you would probably assume.
Okay. I've read about stuff like this in Hogwarts history, and we have to find a lever or something that could trigger to open it. You can't just use brute force. But also, I think I need to tell y'all something. Remember yesterday, when the hat went wonky?
You remember that?
Yeah, I lied to you. I know it's behind here. It's a room, but I don't know if it's a room we're meant to go into or not.
We've got to get the toad out, or V is going to be absolutely
we don't even need to go
a terror
inside of
this
it.
year.
What if we open it enough? If we can figure out how to open it enough to just to get Bunny out, and then we can.
V thinks of weird things. Hey V, we found Bunny.
Uh-oh.
And that's how they met. And,
V, come over here. V, come look. It's Bunny.
Okay, painting. You did good. Thank you.
oh, so long.
And this painting, stop words.
I'm gonna try and hold up V a little bit as I'm speaking to her. I'm like, okay, so there's this statue and Bunny's just behind it, and we'd have to figure out how to make the statue move. Do you see anything weird on the statue or anything?
Is this a trick?
No, I want your help because you're clever and you're good at seeing things, like noticing stuff, right?
My Bunny's here?
Yeah, Bunny's behind the wall.
Bunny's here?
Yeah.
Where?
Can I ask V to listen, and does that have to be like a roll for that?
No, I'd say there are sort of intervals where you hear a.
It's there.
Oh my. Bunny?
That's Bunny.
That's Bunny.
Bunny? That's Bunny. That's Bunny.
So we're trying to figure out how to move the statue away from the wall.
Oh, I haven't taken enough classes yet for this. It's day one.
Could I just roll some dice and see something?
Anyone who wants to look around, feel free to make an investigation
I'll
check.
investigate.
Yeah, I'll do a roll too.
I won't.
So, Magnus, you fail, but you can check off a box of experience.
Perfect.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Bella might come through and save us. Ooh!
I got a 10.
So,
Well, what about Bella? What's Bella got in there? Hang on. Suspense. Hold on a second.
None of us can find it.
It has to be Bella.
Ooh. Okay. So, those of you who rolled 7 to 9, you can ask me one of the following, and Ezra, you can ask me 2 of the following. Are there traps? Is there something strange? Is there magic? Is this similar to something I've seen before?
I'm going to say the last one.
Yes.
I'm going to say, is this similar to something that I've seen before? That's my one.
Okay.
I'm going to ask, are there traps? And I guess I would also be curious if there's magic involved, because I don't know anything about this world, so it'd be something I'd be curious about.
Okay. So I will say, if you're asking about traps, you look around, and as you're examining the surfaces of both the plinth and the wall itself, the brickwork all around, you see nothing that would indicate that. However, in terms of something similar you've seen, Dot, you remember a film you watched a very long time ago. It's called Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And you have seen traps in those films where someone steps on something or pushes a brick, and you naturally find yourself gravitating towards the wall. And as Ezra, you look around, and to the best of your knowledge, you can't see anything that's particularly magical. Dot, as you're looking, you see that to the right of the golden statue, slightly above your reach, there is a very faded pattern on one of the bricks.
I asked the right question.
Imperceptible, as though worn away by centuries. It is that of the Hogwarts crest. But there is something different about it. Because as you look more closely and you see its worn surface, you see that while it is divided into the 4 symbols of the 4 houses, a lion, a snake, a raven, and a badger, you see a 5th symbol in its center. It is a skull.
What? Okay. I'm going to press against that tile then.
the rest of you watch as Dot applies pressure to one of the bricks. That, from a distance, looks no different to any of the others. And it slowly descends into the wall. And the statue slowly begins to move to one side, revealing a very, very dark stone arch that leads into a long, long corridor that just goes into pitch blackness. And stood just where the plinth was, you see a small little brown toad that is very familiar to you all.
Pick him up, quick! Quick!
I pick up the toad!
Get him!
I got him.
Tie a balloon to him or something.
You're grounded forever, Bunny. How could you do this to me? I was worried sick all day. I didn't even care about anything without you. Don't ever leave me. Thanks, Dot.
Oh, it's
I knew you were my best friend for a reason.
That's all right. I mean, we all were helping. I didn't.
Ezra's the one that all my best friends.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Dot's looking into the abyss. Dot's like,
Ezra immediately
looking around to make sure no one else is seeing this.
Ezra is just worried about getting V food at this point because V's just fading out of existence. So, like V, so now that we got Bunny, we can get some snacks, right? And we can get Bunny some snacks.
Yeah, we should probably.
Oh, yes.
We should.
Yes, if you call, come. Let's.
We should probably go, and I want to try and press the tile again.
It is still indented into the wall.
No.
You see inside that there is, from what little you can see from the light that the entrance hall pushes into this dark corridor, you can see that lining the corridor into darkness, there are several unlit iron torches, sconces on the walls.
Can I cast one of the spells I know?
First spell of the game?
I forgot!
I forgot your spells.
Mine are useless, so.
I want to cast Bulbilius, which allows a white spark to be admitted, and I want to shoot it down the hallway to see the depth.
Okay,
Or
make
if
a
there's anything we
make
can
a
see.
magic roll.
And you get a +1 if you're doing it out of your spell bank.
Yes.
So.
I am.
Oh, we could have cast any spells. I just realized. I've been thinking I only cast the 3 that I've written down. We could have cast any. Oh,
You
I
can
know.
cast anything.
We've spent 2 sessions not using any magic.
I didn't know that was even a thing. Okay.
Note to players, before the next session, write down all the spells.
Let's rewind.
All right.
Ooh.
So, pointing your wand down the corridor, Sissel, there is as a small mote of white energy just fires down the corridor, and the shadows slowly give way as this moves down its entire length. It is long, and it is very, very dark and dusty, but eventually, coming to the end, you see a spiral staircase that leads up.
Great.
Maybe the way to close it is inside, because Dot really wanted to close it and then come back to it later, but now they can't close it, so.
I kind of want to know what's in there.
I think he's falling asleep.
V's just happy to be with Bunny.
I'm not going in there.
V hasn't eaten anything all day.
I know.
Okay, V, do you want to keep watch, maybe, with does anyone not want to go in?
I'll keep watch. I'll sit right here. You guys do your little criminal activity.
Okay. You promise you'll yell if someone's coming, right?
I promise. I'm a good spy. I could have been in the government.
Are you sure you don't want to see what was in the Toad orientation?
Yeah, wait. Is it there?
Magner.
It's where we found your Toad.
I want to go to the Toad orientation.
Burst of energy.
Come along with us, V.
Okay, let's go. Why are we wasting all this time?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Can I cast Lumos so I can see better? And now I know I can cast magic.
You can, yeah. Roll the magic.
Looking at my spells too.
7.
Yes, so you cast it, but with side effects. So choose 2 of these side effects. One other player takes a condition. All of you can choose what that is. There's a diminished effect. Someone is alerted, or your wand is thrown and lands nearby.
I'm gonna say one of them should be that we give V the dazed condition, just because V hasn't eaten all day. I don't know if you all agree to that. Or V, I don't know if you would agree to that, but I would say dazed or exhausted probably would work. What do you think?
I don't care what I got my Toad.
So V takes a -2 to mind.
Okay,
for a little while.
And what's the other one, sorry? There's my wand can be thrown, and what's the others?
Diminished effect, or someone is alerted.
I'll say diminished effect.
Diminished effect. So, as you cast the spell, your wand sputters to life for a moment before the glow just slowly forms a small orb around the end of your wand.
Woo, I don't actually have a wand. I'm not cool like Mika and Sam, so I'm just...
You want one? Here you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, I have several to spare.
Okay, sure. I'm just gonna Jot's just gonna lead the way with Lumos and head towards the staircase.
Okay.
Before we go too far in, Ezra's kind of towards the back of the group. Can I cast Incendio on the sconce closest to the door so we have some type of light out?
Sure. Make a magic check for me.
Okay.
If you give me a condition, I swear, Ezra, it's gonna be on sight.
If you singe my hair.
If you singe Magnus's hair.
So, once again, player takes a condition, diminished effect, someone is alerted, and your wand is thrown and lands nearby.
What's that? That's that's a 9. So
that's a 9. Yeah. So yes, choose 2 of those conditions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no! What did it need to be?
It has to be a 10 to pass. Yeah.
Manish me.
Just kill V.
Okay. What was the effects again? One more time.
So one player takes a condition. Diminished effect, someone is alerted, or your wand is thrown and lands nearby.
The conditions are injured, upset, exhausted, jinxed, or dazed, by the way.
You can give me a condition because Cecil is visibly upset.
Just throwing yourself in the line of fire.
Can I daze myself?
Yeah.
Since I kind of casted it without telling anyone, since I was towards the back of the group.
Yeah, sure. So that would be a -2 to mind for a little while. Until you recover. And what's the other effect that you want to take?
It was, I'm sorry, one more time. It was alert somebody.
Diminished effect, alert someone, or your wand is thrown and lands nearby.
We'll say my wand gets tossed because I don't know what I'm doing as a, half-blood.
Okay. So waving your wand, you flick it and there is a burst of fire that flies from your wand onto one of the nearby sconces. And as it does so, your wand almost follows the path as it skitters against the stone floor. As the sconce comes to life, and you watch as from the end of the tunnel that you entered, the light of the entrance hall slowly begins to close.
Good thing we brought V with us.
Oh, you're fine.
You are in the corridor with a flaming torch and a wand that is illuminating your way towards a spiral staircase that leads only up. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Well, usually with the corridors, there's always a second entrance.
Oh yeah, no, there's no way.
Orientation is.
Yeah, there's gonna be that's right. if this is a secret passage, then it has to come out somewhere, obviously. So I'm not nervous, honestly.
I think the second entrance is up.
Yeah. So we should go up, and Dot's gonna start going up. She's very worried about Bimby. She hasn't seen Bimby in ages, and she's very stressed out right now.
So you head forward, up the stairs, up. They're dusty. They're dusty and they are covered in cobwebs. And as you walk up, you have to occasionally bat cobwebs out of your face as you continue on up. And as you come to the top of the stairs, you are met with a very simple wooden door on iron hinges. Its round handle is cast iron, and onto it is inscribed the same symbol that you, Dot, saw on the brickwork near the statue's base.
I try and open the door.
It's the toad orientation.
It is.
I'm gonna open it now.
We try and open the door.
You turn the handle, and it creaks open without any resistance. And as it creaks, you are met with darkness. There is no light, you see nothing. But as you bring your wand into the space, and as it illuminates, you find yourself stood in a large, dark, circular room. There are no windows, and in the center of its dusty stone floor, you see a leather-topped desk with books upon its surface. Cobwebs hang from the ceiling, and as for the walls, you see that built into them are long, stretching bookshelves. And each of these are divided into 5 sections. One is full of faded red leather-bound tomes, another with green, another with yellow, and another blue. The 5th set of bookshelves, however, is empty, covered only in dust. And as you go deeper into the room, you see that piled to one side of it sits a small heap of items. Brooms, books, sweets, and some Weasley's Wizarding Wheezers boxes, and far more besides, just piled to one side of this dusty, dusty room.
So it's like a library.
We have these back home. I'm familiar with this.
I mean, I think they have libraries at Hogwarts as well, Ezra.
I don't know many things about magic. Let me have this one thing.
Okay, that's fair.
This is where toad orientation was at.
Mm-hmm.
I already broke for the day. They all left.
Yeah, they're all gone now, so it's empty now.
Bonnie, you were here learning.
Magnus is gonna walk over to the green shelf and start looking. Are there titles on any of the tomes?
You see that inscribed in embossed gold leaf font, ascending dates. Seems that each quite large tome has been ascribed a year, and these years start at around 950 AD.
So 3 numbers, 950. There's no 1 in front of it.
Nope.
I can put my tie back on because we found the bunny.
I call to the group. I'm just like, I think I know whose books are missing.
Whose?
So, in the vision that I saw, there was a battle, and I believe it was with Daedalus and the other houses.
Everyone else was fighting the person who built Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna barf.
Me too, actually.
Can I use inspire others on V to make her feel better?
You can, yeah. Make a roll.
Okay. We'll see how my delivery is once I do it. So hold up. And I'm -1 because I have that with her. No!
All right, inspire. Let's go.
So
Wait, let me do a fast end. Hey V,
Okay,
you don't have to feel.
tried.
You don't have to feel so bad. It's totally okay. Look at Bunny. Bunny is. You got Bunny back, and Bunny
Yeah.
isn't even that old or near dying or anything.
It's okay if I die. Just Bunny can't die.
So V physically can't take any more damage to her mind. So body or heart?
Oh.
I feel like her heart would take damage from me.
Okay.
Do I mark experience again? I'm literally 1 box away from leveling up.
It's
Oh
okay,
my
just
God.
get what you need in here and let's get the heck out.
Sorry, me.
My limbs
Can't-
feel like spaghetti.
So Ezra notices, Ezra's taking in the environment and realizing all like what's around us, but also just sees V just fading even more by this point, and notices that there was the snacks that were brought up, or the sweets, I guess they were. Can Ezra go and inspect those?
Yeah. So walking on over to this pile of bric-a-brac, you see a number of different things in here. You see books, like you say, you see sweets, and you reach into some of these, and some of them are very, very old. Others seem quite fresh. They aren't as affected by dust and cobwebs as the rest of the room. It appears you would suspect no more than a day or so old.
Friends, do we know if this is like a place that people know about, like wizards know? Hogwarts, do people know about this place?
Magnus said that there just is a bunch of secret passages in the castle, and that's normal.
So you know how everything is like dusty and old, like there's fresh food here.
Well, I mean,
Eat no toad
Bunny
food.
had to get
I
in here
tried it
somehow.
before.
Yeah, maybe the toads had lunch here. Does that mean that
had to
someone
get in here
recently
somehow?
took the books?
Does that mean someone took Bunny?
I
Oh yeah,
If
Bunny.
I
So-
find out who it is, I'm gonna turn them into a horse that's not turnable back human with a dumb hat.
would you be all okay if I try to give V some of these sweets? Just something to get into V and Bunny's
yeah,
system?
give me
Something.
that.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah,
So-
yeah. You know what?
Give me
Sure.
some
God.
rotten stuff.
I'm
not
going
eating
to-
food in this dust prison.
Are you gonna inspire others by giving food?
Is there a way
What you
I
wanna
can
do?
convince V to eat something?
You can just ask
Sure.
her and roleplay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. V, you have to have something, and Bunny's hungry.
I'm
Bunny was in classes
fine.
all day,
Then I'll feed Bunny.
but you're
I
gonna make
don't
Bunny
need
eat alone?
A single bite.
But you've got Bunny back, so can't you eat?
If you eat,
Yeah,
if you make
but
Bunny
not
eat
this
alone,
not this rotten toad food. I said I tried toad food already. It's not
Maybe you have
good.
to
No,
roll.
the-
You might have to
Okay.
roll.
The
Okay.
toad
So,
orientation.
Make inspire others.
would that be inspire?
Yeah, inspire
Okay.
others. Yeah.
So
this is
it
probably
See what
from the
happens,
Toad
see what happens.
Professor.
Mm-hmm.
They always have to have an assistant professor that's human. That's not a toad.
Oh, I'm so sorry, V.
So,
Check off a box of experience.
I'm
killing
so
me.
sorry. He's just killing me.
As V begins to slowly just start to stagger in front of you, and Ezra, as you stand there in front, just trying to convince her, you suddenly start to feel another presence.
No, go away. Oh god.
High
Grim Reaper.
in the rafters, sitting and looking down.
Peeves.
And after a moment, they speak. Oh, for God's sake, just give her a sweet! And you look and you see Peeves sitting there with his bell hat jingling, and he goes, God, I thought I was annoying! And that is where we are going to end this week's session.
You've done so much damage to me. I'm not coping very well right now. Sorry. Just to get this straight, Bella's character sheet would have that she's dazed. She'd also have -1 to heart.
Yep.
And also minus something else because of what Ezra did.
Minus
failed.
another to heart. That was a
Stop!
misfire.
Messed up.
We're so sorry.
But hey, wait a minute. Every single one of you have lied to me today.
What's wrong with that?